excite your senses.
This is how we break down the $95,000 in total prize money. Just shy of 21 grand for each of the semifinals. Then we double it for the final. The winner's additional bonus of 11,000, but we've already handed out the $1,000 that goes to the winner for the draw to the button to see the teams, and Kelley Law is out quickly.
Well, all 4 teams had a chance to practice. All 4 teams hit the button, each one creeping a little bit closer. This one, look how perfect this is.
Well, she won $61,000 last year. I mentioned she has a nose for the money and puts it right on the pinhole, picks up the first $1,000.
So Kelley Law has reason to smile early here at her home club, the Royal City, and it is jam-packed. And we congratulate the organizers for a wonderful job, and we're thrilled to be here at the Club of Champions, the 2000 World Champions, Greg McCauley, of course, on the men's side, and Kelley Law. Time now to read the ice, and it's done by that man in pink, Ray.
Well, they call him the short man. Shorty Jenkins is here, and boy, he's got it moving around that center guard. We're talking about 4 feet, maybe 4.5. Around the corner guard, once again, about 4 feet. Late finish always with Shorty's ice. It'll go big time at the end. From the outside in, it'll run a little bit straighter, probably about 2.5 from the outside in. The key in this ice is you must control this area right here. It's called the control zone. Control that zone and get the verdict.
So how do you win the money? Well, you have to score 2 or more points with the hammer, or you then steal the end. If we don't, we just score 1 point, we'll carry over, and we'll add money to it, and of course the hammer changes if you force a carryover. Our 2 teams in this opening semifinal, we know them well now. Kelley Law, Diane Nelson leads off, Georgina Wheatcroft, Julie Skinner, and the skip Kelley Law. We've seen the middle part of this team before for Jennifer Jones, Dana Allerton, Lynn Follis-Kurz, and Karen Porritt. We know them from Canadian Mixed Championships, and then they skip Jennifer Jones, who is quickly making a name for herself. Kelley Law has the hammer for this first end of play. We're playing for $1,500 here in this JVC TSN Women's Skins game, and this is the Jones lead, Dana Allerton.
Linda, one of the things you got to remember on this ice, and we've talked about it every year, is that the way the ice is made nowadays, so often that when you step the weight up, they will run straight. There's a spot, and we'll point them out as we go along. There's a spot out there, especially just outside the 12-foot. If you step it up a little bit, it will run very, very straight. So you got to be careful.
Not a girl.
Linda, you would think, though, that it would be advantage Kelley Law because this is her home club. But I guess this ice with Shorty here means it's a little different?
It will be totally different, and of course the format is totally different. You're setting up rocks. Ray's point about the big weight, you have to practice those, and I saw Kelley's team, for example, practicing the runbacks they may need later. So they're finding out about this ice just like the other teams, Vic.
You know the thing, Victor, that it's amazing about the skins format, and Linda just touched on it briefly, is that you know that you have to forget about the traditional way of playing, Linda. You know that you have to put that out of your mind, but you play, you know, for 30, 40 years, 20, 30, 40 years one way, and all of a sudden you come here and it's easier said than done just to get that out of your mind. And so you'll see that by reflex sometimes they'll call shots that you would call in a traditional game, but you've got to remember it's 10 mini games. How long did it take?
Not long.
Tight, guys. Right up. As far as it'll go. Okay, we're over curling.
Teams are getting a feel for the speed as well. They did practice all morning, but as the game progresses and the pebble breaks down, the speed will be constantly changing, and they'll have to make some of those adjustments. These ice times are brought to you by Husky. The hit weight will be around 9 seconds, hack weight about 12 seconds. This is between the hog line. Draw, we're assuming, will be 14.5. It may change a bit. The guard, 16 seconds. This is fast ice for this game today.
Forward to control.
The Law lead is Diane Nelson.
Control.
It's a big crowd, as you mentioned, Victor, and talking to Shorty Jenkins before the game started, he said that if the crowd is large, then that could affect the speed of the ice a little bit. And he's expecting it to move up to maybe even 25, 25.5.
And she punches that Jones stone now directly behind, and Jones looking to steal the skin of $1,500. Has one just top of the button and fully covered.
Hard to tell whether Diane put that outside or not, but it certainly didn't move with that little extra weight loop.
Lynn Follis Kurz.
Actually, no, it's pretty good. Let it work if you can.
She and her sister,
Let it go.
Karen,
Hard.
won the junior championship in '81.
Hard.
Then went on to win a couple of mixed Canadian championships with Jeff Stoughton.
Hurry, get it by. Right up, get it by, get it by, get it by. Come on. Come on, every inch, every inch.
Very nice, and they'll drag it in to lie 2. Great crushing by Karen Porritt and Dana Allerton, and it's Jones now lying 2, looking to steal.
I'd like to kind of tip this one.
That's a wonderful shot. Top of the 8 foot. Kelley has no alternative but to run this back, get something off, try and get a rock off the top of the 12. Hit this property, you could move all 3 rocks, actually.
Yeah, we talk in Skins about how many shots you set up, but it's time for the bailout. Try to clear things open. George will try and open it up for her team.
Shot.
And she'll remove the guard, and that's the interesting thing about Skins, as we've seen, isn't it, Linda, that you have to realize if you don't win the money, you can still force a carryover and play for it next day.
That's right. So you have to pace yourself and decide how long you'll try and just control things, get things in position, and when you do start to be afraid of the opponent's stone. Now, this team right now, this Jones team, has rocks in perfect spots. That's why the bailout came. 2 shots, top of the button and top of the 8 foot. Great spot to try and steal.
Clean it. Sliding. Clean it. Yep. Come on. Hard. Hurry. Right up. Okay. Atta girl. Good girl. Nice shot.
Late movement, and it covers at least 3/4 of the stone.
Same weight. Yep.
Georgina can throw the big weight for this team, and so Kelley's just got to make sure that she doesn't give her too much ice, in the sense that these rocks are going to, the minute on Shorty's ice, or all the ice we play on nowadays, they run straight. She got that one started a little bit.
I want to make sure the blue stones are freed up in case they need them. The rolls on those are critical. You have to leave the raises if you're going to need them at the end of this end.
What Linda's talking about is this stone right here. You want to make sure that this rock here didn't cover it, so that at some time in this end you may be able to use it.
Very nice arrows for this early
well,
in the season.
Well, it is early in the season. And, didn't get a chance to go to telestrator school this year. We're cutting back on the budget.
Just at the end, guys. Looks like lots away.
At least. Probably a little tighter.
Just clean.
Tighter.
Playing third
Just
stones
clean.
here in this opening
Stay with
end.
it.
And it's worth
Tight.
$1,500. This is
How tight?
Karen Porritt.
Tight to the house, like top
Whoa. Just clean. Coming down. Whoa. Stop. Tight. Stop. Sit. Okay. Good.
Just a little too tight, I think, Linda. They get a chance now to run it back.
Hey, Julie. Yeah, let's go.
Shows you how important the come around made by the Jones team is. That one just about biting the 8 foot also means you have to move 2 stones out of the way, not just running this guard onto shot rock.
Well,
Julie, of course, skipped in 1991 when she won the Scott Tournament of Hearts, and then came to this team last season to play 3rd.
great shot.
Oh boy, nearly got them all. Gets 2.
Yeah, she'd moved all 3 stones. That's the trouble with going in that tight with your guard. That guard had to be long. When Julie gets it going, she can really go.
Kind of screwed up it over there, but.
Ray, watch where the shooter winds up, and that's what Julie's referring to. She said, I sort of screwed up that stone on the side that you said they might be able to use.
But the point is, she got 2 rocks. She got them moved around a little bit, and now Jennifer Jones is protecting 1 stone, Vic.
Stay with it. Maybe a little higher. No, it's over curling.
Whoa.
No, it's over curling. Just clean. Sit.
Stop, Rock. Stop now.
Stop. That's good.
There you go. Sorry.
Pretty good.
That's curling.
Pretty good, yeah. It's curling there. More than practice.
Shoot.
Do you want the double or just the peel? Same shot?
I like same.
Okay.
Okay.
Is that weight
You
okay,
see what
guys?
she's indicating here? She'll come down here, hit this here, come across, and she might even be able to roll in off of that one, into that area there.
Whoa. Whoa.
Whoa. Whoa. Close.
Julie Skinner in the last of the third stones here in this first.
It's gone now.
They had to brush that a lot earlier.
You had to be on it all the way.
I think maybe just a little bit different weight, slightly less weight, and that one came up at the end, and that's why they lost the run back.
Right?
Certainly less than what Georgina threw,
Sweep it
Linda.
all, or sweep it all the way.
But they had to hammer that all the way because they were playing to come off the back of the other one.
Yeah.
Hit it on the other side.
Yeah. Oh, and we got our yeah. I think that's good. Okay. Okay. Oh, God. So 4 splits, 1/2.
Just a guard.
Yeah.
I mean, if it's coming nice and we can get a quarter around, then that's a really good shot. But
4.5. Same weight.
is it a keener? It's a
I don't
4.5,
find it.
5, eh?
Yeah, it's like what practice was.
That's what we talked about a little bit with the big crowd.
Kind of
It
a
might
line
get a
shot,
little bit
yeah.
faster, Linda.
Linda, Jennifer, by her own admission, says she's never played in this kind of format before. She got a little bit of national exposure, a little TV exposure at that JVC Bonspiel in Winnipeg. I'm just wondering
Line
how
tight,
much
Queen.
that meant to her coming
We
here.
can get it top 12.
I think it's a big thing, Vic. I also think they've got a great attitude, and in the final of that Bonspiel, they did get down early and fought back, and they showed a great feistiness that really will come into play. They put rocks in play and made some good shots in that Bonspiel, and they'll build on that confidence in this game.
She plugs the hole.
I thought I had way more than that. Sorry, guys. Good judge. Good judge.
One or the other.
Play this now.
Looking at this
So
one
just a
right
hair off nose
now.
then, right? Okay. Yeah. Touch really.
Normal.
Okay. Okay.
It's for normal.
Okay. Let's go count.
These runbacks, this team, they play them very well. They, as you mentioned earlier, Linda, they work on them. They practice this a lot. This is one of the shots in curling now that's so important to you, being able to move the front stones back into the rings, either with the quiet weight or the big weight.
Up! Whoa!
Whoa.
Kelley Law in her first.
Whoa!
Law with the hammer. The skin is $1,500 here in this
It's
opening
close.
end. Got it? Oh, beautiful shot to start it off for Kelley Law.
My name is Kelley. I am the law. What a great shot.
Shot. Well, looked pretty good out of your hand, I thought so.
Well, all teams have their strengths, and I think one of the strengths of this Kelley Law team is Kelly's ability to focus and make the big shot when the team needs it, and that was one right there.
Well, you go back to that 10th in the Canadian final last year, Linda, where she
That was
had
dead
to
behind
run a
there,
rock
too.
back from the out in front like that and just, just
So what'd you guys
hit
get
it
on
and
that
roll out of the
splash?
rings, and it stays in. She wins that game. But
Oh, okay.
that was then, and
Yeah.
this is now.
And look how the end has changed from
So 3-8, eh?
Jennifer Jones lying 2 completely covered to a situation where Law now has 1 in. She'll need to score 2 to pick up the money. And now Jones, is she just trying to get in there for second shot and force the carryover, or can she get in and be shot stoned?
Let it work.
I think she'd be happy, Vic, just to get to the face of the blue stone and
Okay, we
make
might come
the
around
area,
this
the
then.
drawing
Stay
area
close.
much smaller.
Back 8.
Stay close.
If she goes
Coming down.
behind it, she'll leave half of it open, I would
Coming
think.
down.
Now. Hurry. Okay.
Well, I'll tell you,
Not
that's as
back
good.
edge of the button, so she for the moment is shot stone, but is the quiet tap there now for
Not bad.
2 and the skin.
Yeah, it's the best she can do. Absolutely the best she can do.
Good
I mean,
call.
the other choice was to have it curl a little bit more and sit on the face of the blue stone.
So you want it back as far
But
as
it's a quiet tap back for Kelley Law to pick up the skin in the first
she's getting-
1,500.
You'll notice the finish, though, and this is what Ray was talking about. Look at it curl at the end. Now, the hard part for Kelley Law, as soon as you increase the weight at all from draw, you're not going to necessarily get that finish.
Exactly.
That's why you saw Julie and Kelley taking a long time to put down the broom.
Okay.
Yeah, this is certainly no easy shot. She can see half of this stone. She can see half of it.
Well, to move it, yeah.
She's got to get around here just quietly. Just tap that back, move that stone back into that area. Can't throw any more weight.
Give it to the sweepers, right? Got to get on it, you know, if I'm going to give it to you guys, because it'll break late, right? Okay.
Just right at it. Okay.
You don't want to forget here also that one, yes, you'd like to score the skin, but one gets you the carryover. Tremendous crowd.
Wait, get.
Final stone. Here in the first, $1,500 is the skin.
Got a curl, guys.
Got a band.
Just clean it.
Said it would break late.
Where are we? Back 8. Whoa, then.
Well, right off.
Nothing from either Nelson or Wheatcroft. It's all on its own here. Quiet tap back.
Nothing.
Will she get any of her? Will it slide too far? And it does.
Through perfect weight limit, as you mentioned, the minute you throw a little bit more, you didn't get the movement.
So Jennifer Jones, with her final stone, grabbing the back of the button, will steal the first end, and she'll take home the first skin of $1,500.
Where are we? Back 8. Whoa, then.
Well, right off.
Right off.
You can see it just doesn't finish. Linda talked about the late finish, and we did that on the Reading the Ice segment. It just doesn't finish with that back 8-foot weight. As a result, it goes by it. If she sat on top, she would have got the single.
Hi, Mom, Dad, Heather.
Hi, Mom, Dad. I just got $1,500.
Everybody else, I'm supposed to say hi to. Hi, everybody.
Hey everybody, welcome to the TSN Newsroom. I'm Corey Warren. A big day in the CIS as there are 3 football title games going on. 5th-ranked Laval hosting McGill for the Dunsmore Cup. Let's get you all up to speed. 13-0 Laval in the second quarter. McGill quarterback Josh Sommerfeld gets sacked. The ball pops loose and is scooped up by Yves Ouellette. And he runs it back 75 yards the other way for the touchdown. The 2-point convert would make it a 21-0 lead. Now 28-14, then Laval down on the goal line. Heck Crichton nominee Matthew Brassard brings it in 34-14. At that point, Laval wins it by a final count of 42-14. Laval now faces top-ranked St. Mary's in the Atlantic Bowl next week. St. Mary's beat Acadia 38-7 for the Jewett Trophy. One other game, McMaster leading Ottawa 30-15 in the 4th. More curling after this.
Every year about the same time, same place, it's back with a blast. Another cold Canadian winter, another frozen gas line. This winter, fight back. Fill up at Husky and Mohawk with ethanol-blended high-performance gasoline with a built-in gas line antifreeze. The ethanol blend offers added performance and a reduction of harmful emissions. This winter, you'll win with Husky and Mohawk, Mother Nature's gas stations.
It was a total whiteout, and then out of nowhere, I saw the accident. I hit the brakes and stopped short of the pileup. Then I saw a truck skidding right toward me. I hit the gas, the tires gripped. I would have been sandwiched between those 2 trucks. My Blizzak tires saved me. I have no doubt about it.
Whatever you drive, you can stick to ice with Bridgestone Blizzak, now available for minivans, light trucks, and SUVs. Bridgestone Blizzak, the winter tire that sticks to ice.
Excite your senses.
The JBC TSN Women's Skins Game from New Westminster, BC is brought to you by Husky and Mohawk, leaders in fuel, food, and convenience.
This second end is also worth $1,500, and you can see how we add to it and add to it, so that by the 10th end is worth $3,450. But if you don't win it, of course, we carry over the money, and so the ends can be worth even more. Total prize money in the semis, $20,750. So in this second, and again the $1,500 skin, Kelley Law has the hammer. She'll need to score 2, or Jennifer Jones, as she did in the first, will look to steal it.
You know, Lynn, I think that it's $1,500, yes, but I think it's more important. More importantly, it's a skin. And we've seen over the years, and we've been doing these for years and years now, that if you don't win a skin and it carries on and you don't get a skin and you don't get a skin and you don't get a skin, the pressure just mounts and mounts and mounts. So I think for Jennifer in this situation for the first time, getting that early skin is a real key. I really do.
Line's not bad, but it's got to move.
Conversely then, Linda, do you think that Kelley is bothered by the fact she didn't get the skin, or does she have that that wherewithal, that experience to say, it's just one end?
Yeah, it's not the money. She would not be bothered by the money. She would be bothered by the fact she took too much ice. She didn't give the shot a chance in the last stand, and as a skip, you hate to do that. So she'll fight very hard for the skin this end.
I think in reverse, if that situation had happened to someone else, happened to Jennifer, for example, I think it would have affected her more. That won't affect Kelley at all. This last shot is just too deep. You got to have that stone, that white stone, in the top of the 8, the top of the 12, or frozen on the face where she wanted it. That's way too deep. This gives the BC team a terrific opportunity with Diane Nelson's second rock. Come down to the face, just chip it back and roll over to the edge of the 8 foot.
Whoa.
Yeah, getting the guard's not bad.
Yep.
And that's what they do. They'll open it up. Split off a couple of corners now to use, possibly. So you win the skin. If you have the hammer, you've got to score at least 2, or you try and steal it. And if you don't get the 2, or it isn't stolen, then we carry it over. But the team with the hammer loses last rock. Here in the second, the hammer belongs to Kelley Law, so she'll try to score 2.
Diane Nelson had the right weight. She just threw that inside. Right out of her hand, she threw it inside. You could see it went right away, and she touches the top one. She ends up with a couple of corners, but not the desired shot. Good call by Jennifer Jones here. She's going to freeze on the face of the second shot rock, the blue stone.
And right down there.
Terrific shot.
You can just throw hack weight.
Yeah.
Move this.
Yeah. Okay. Sorry, hack, she says? Hack, yeah. So I'm looking at what? 2.5 to 3? 3? 2.5.
Come down here, hitting this one here. Hitting this one here and just rolling over.
Georgina Wheatcroft's numbers, 2.5 to 3, or
they're talking about a lot of different times, intervals as well as full distance, Vic. But the key with this, they're throwing this hack weight, this tap back weight. They want to try and get a rock in a position to set up the 2. This is the second point. Get something in the house behind a guard.
Want to roll it away.
Good shot.
She did get things moved around.
When you start to get some of your stones, in this case, Kelley Law throwing blue, around in the circles, you're setting up for later. You can get at the white ones later, but you've got to set up that second point now.
This jams.
I was thinking corner freeze again on their blue one. I don't know.
Here?
Hey, you like that?
Yeah, but then she'll just play the hit and roll.
Okay, so we need to be right on top.
I don't mind here.
Okay. Either that or hit that one.
Wait on, Lee. Line's nice.
Lynn Follis-Kurz throwing the second stones for this Jennifer Jones team out of the St. Vital Curling Club in Winnipeg.
Hurry, right up. Okay, whoa, got room. Whoa. 4 foot. Whoa, whoa. Oh, it's coming out. Freeze it, come on.
Wanted it on the corner.
That's good. Whoa, 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 whoa.
And it'll just slide by.
She actually called it down a little bit, Vic. I prefer to have angle frozen than on the front one, Lou.
It's very tough to steal or even prevent a 2 by your opponent by not having guards out in front. Playing it into the rings like this is very difficult. Here's a chance now to move a couple of those white stones out and really start setting up the chance for at least 2 for Kelley Law.
Close, close.
Georgina Wheatcroft.
Yeah. Yeah. Whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa. Whoa, it's backing up. Whoa. Okay. Okay. Just missed it.
Jam on the back means that Jones is now lying 3, looking to steal this skin of 1,500, and she's just going to keep piling them in there.
Yeah, she's staying on the offense, Victor. An old grouper, eh? All right. All right. You think that I haven't? I'm like that elephant, you know.
Well, you better write it down because you're likely to forget.
Oh, I hope I live long enough to see you.
Oh, it's got to move, guys. Really got to move.
Here we go, Karen Porritt. Now,
make sure we're
in
full
some
legs.
games we've seen, Ray, where
Got no line.
you know you can almost have too many stones of your own stones in play. It almost hurts you, but I gather that in this kind of thing, you may as well just keep putting them in. You only need the one.
No.
Yeah, I think though you're letting Kelley play some pretty wide open shots by coming in so deep, and she's definitely. I mean, yes, there's going to be some jamming going on here, but the Law stones are going to be in front of the tee line.
Yep. Yep.
You have to remember, with big weight, you can move more than one of these stones at a time. So with a couple of shots, Kelley Law still has a chance to move those 4 white ones out of the forefoot.
So if you take that last stone and move it higher, act more like a guard, maybe this kind of a run back double possible wouldn't have been there. Gets rid of a couple.
But they're not going to curl it that way. I mean, they got to just realize that. I mean, it's just not going to curl. You've got to ice it accordingly.
Get that blue out of there.
I think I'd be hitting the blue one now, too.
Nah. Do you like this?
Well, I'm thinking maybe now.
Yeah.
Kind of weight.
Control.
Hit that one, just roll over.
There aren't a lot of times when you're setting up for a steal that you're going to play a hit, but this is absolutely that time that you want to make sure that second blue stone, the one possibly to set up the deuce, goes. Nice shot.
It wasn't that much up, was it? Didn't sit top of that one. That wasn't that up, was it?
Oh, yeah, it was firm control. Like,
I like that.
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
So just draw weight here. What am I throwing? Is that a lot of ice? 4? Yeah. Okay.
Just tap it back. With 3 stones to come, this is a good opportunity for the Law team to just touch this back. Make Jennifer Jones's shot a little more difficult.
Hard, Ben. Hurry. It's got to be here.
Hurry, guys. Right up. Right up.
Almost right out of her hand. Nelson and Wheatcroft with the brush, trying to take it right down to the face. Here comes Law, a little extra now. Take it as far as you can. Get it right there. Boy, that's great brushing. Terrific stuff.
That was terrific brushing. I'm not sure that Kelley's little strokes at the end help, but
I don't think so.
Skips do that for psychological reasons, you know. Most times you just tell them to get out of the way.
No, I think this was Diane Nelson and Georgina Wheatcroft. Yeah. They dragged this. I thought this was a guard, and they just poured it on, taking it almost to the face perfectly. Thank you very much.
See, we're giving here to get to the center line. So I'm thinking here?
Yeah. So that's what she took, I think, eh?
She had a bit less than that, but...
Well, through the history of the JVC skins game, you can see that there's not a lot. The chances of winning a skin with a hammer is slightly better than a steal, and then of course at 30%, the carryover But our first skin in this game went on the steel side of things.
So that would make the percentage what now?
32.25 compared to 38.75. Jennifer Jones.
Playing the guard.
Right on, lane line's nice. A little tight. Let it work. Hurry! Line's good. Let it work. Whoa! Let it work.
Tight. Okay, line's real
Line's
good.
great.
Line's real good.
Linda, difference in brushes here. The Jones team using the synthetic, whereas the Law team using the hair brushes. Any reason?
I don't think it's a reason of frost, which is often why we see teams go from one style of brush to another. We do know that the synthetics
right in
really
front of
move the
theirs.
pebble down.
Hit it a little on that side. We don't want to drive it straight back because then I was just going to kick over to here, right?
The West Coast teams might use the hairbrush, Linda, more than the Prairie teams.
Have it more coming
for that
this
simple
way.
reason. There may be a little more humidity.
We want our shooters.
Yeah.
You know, there is more humidity out here. I think you call it rain.
Have we seen any yet, though?
No, we haven't, Linda. And you haven't used the word beautiful once yet.
Probably in.
So you want a hair on this side? Kelley?
Yeah. Okay. I want my shooters.
Yep. Yep.
Well, does that mean something for Jennifer Jones?
Only if she can read
Or
that
maybe
fact.
let
Might
it
be a
go
little
a
bit
little
of
bit.
confidence.
She has the first skin.
Okay. Yeah.
I think Ray's point about it being psychologically such a huge benefit might come into that fact.
A bit early.
Okay.
Two ends, and already looking at run backs in both of those ends, trying to run the opponent's rock onto her own, top of the forefoot.
Hurry!
Made a nice angle raise with her first one in the first end.
Roll it away.
She was inside the broom, right out of her hand, and they decided just to roll it off.
Yeah, no question. She got it going right out of her hand.
Okay, maybe take a shade less.
Okay.
Even a bit less, Care. I'd rather give
You
her
were a little tight on it, so
Yeah.
I think this is good. This is where you came out.
Karen sat on our JVC committee in Winnipeg and was
same spot. We can't leave it
One of
too
the-
high, she'll just play backline weight.
Yeah.
one of those instrumental in making that Bondsville such a great success, and she wanted to say hi to Jan Sanderson, our chairman, and all
hold
the
off at the end or at the beginning.
girls that are at the East St. Paul and the East St. Paul Bonspiel. They're watching. Another guard.
That's less.
Yeah.
Go then.
Much though.
Oh, let it work.
A little wider.
Let it work. Gotta be tight.
A little less. Okay, hurry then. Got a lot of curling to do. Hurry!
Right up.
Dana Allerton is closest to the stone. Lynn Kerr's out in front.
Every inch.
They need to get it over center line to protect the raise.
Every inch. Every inch.
A little bit more. Oh, a little die just across, leaving maybe a quarter of the stone as she left the opening up now.
Sorry, guys.
Pump, pump.
Yeah.
That's 4. Sorry. Flipped it straight. Two different releases.
Explain that. Flipped it straight.
Well, it was actually interesting in the draw to the button. She played that same spot. If you're outside the broom by moving your hand in an outward motion, it will not curl nearly as much as if you have a clean release. She made it go straight because of her release.
But I don't think that she can get rid of this stone right here. So this would give her a carryover.
Like yours, you know.
Nice.
Right?
Nice
Okay.
weight. Yeah.
So we don't need a whole lot of weight here.
Okay.
I think what
Right on
Kelley
it,
has just talked about as far as weight is critical. We've seen so many stones in this spot. Edge of the forefoot, run very straight with the up weight.
She just got by the high guard and got across the face of this stone. She might be able to get some action with her shooter, but
Whoa! Clean.
any contact will give her shot rock.
Final
That's all she
stone
can
looking
do.
to force the carryover of $1,500. Kelley Law.
That's all she could do, Victor.
Nice shot.
And that's what she does. One blue means we'll carry over. When we come back, we'll add $1,650. And for the first time in the semifinal, Jennifer Jones will have the hammer.
Dear Dad, yesterday I found my first pair of skates. Remember? The ones from Canadian Tire you gave me for Christmas. You started teaching me the very next day. I wasn't scared. I knew you'd never let me fall. This year I'm giving Lisa her first pair of skates from Canadian Tire. I just hope her first teacher will be as good as mine.
Great gifts come from Canadian Tire, but the greatest gifts of all come straight from the heart.
Watching your finances flourish. Dreams becoming reality. Successful partnerships toward the future. That's why we believe
Timeout. It's time a bank took a hard look at reality and realized there is more to life than banking. Time to start offering smart, simple products and services. To increase investment in people so they'll be solving more problems at the first point of contact. Time to introduce technology that will work in your favor, not just theirs. It's time to take steps toward a smarter and simpler way to bank. Because time is money. Lose it, you can't get it back. CIBC. It's time.
I don't like you. Oh, I love you. Seems that I'm always thinking of you. Oh, I love you madly.
With its smooth car-like ride and rugged good looks, the 2002 Hyundai Santa Fe really takes hold. On-road or off.
In the background is the Padullo Bridge, the SkyTrain Bridge in the foreground as we play for $3,150 now in this third end. And for the first time, Jennifer Jones has the hammer, so she'll need to score 2. And this is what you think is the key to maybe getting the 2 and, in fact, winning the game.
That's right, owning the control zone, the area just in front of the house, getting the 1 stone in play, and then leaving yourself 2 ways to get at shot rock to get the second point. Hit and roll off your own rocks. Don't forget to bail out. That's what Kelley Law had to do in the first end when things start to close down and you can't get at the 4-foot. And don't forget the carryover, which again Kelley Law did correctly last end when she couldn't set up the second point.
I really think that number 4 point is so important, Linda, is recognizing when you may have to make the switch to bail out. That's the key. And keep in mind all the time that this is just end after end after end. The total score means nothing.
First stone from Diane Nelson is just an off
it's got lots of room. No line, just leave it tight.
Stone in the free guard zone.
No line.
And this
Just
is
tight.
the Jennifer
Looks like
Jones
lots of weight.
lead. Dana Allerton.
No. Well, just tight.
Gotta get tight. No?
Yeah, come on.
Yeah.
Come on.
Come on.
Hard. That's fine, Dan. That's good.
Just wide.
Good rock.
Hi, I'm Diane Nelson from Pitt Meadows, BC, and I'm an insurance broker with Coronation Insurance.
Good. You might have to throw a little more because you're a little further out. Nope.
A former BC mixed champion.
It's close.
Weights close.
So for the first time in this game, we have both of the first two rocks in front of the house. Both teams will try and maneuver behind these guards now.
T-line plus.
Yeah. Graham.
Hey. Yeah, let's go.
Very nice. Diane Nelson round the guard, and she'll put it top four, biting the button.
Hi, I'm Dana Allerton from Winnipeg, and I'm a school-age supervisor at Starbrook Daycare.
Line's good. Weight only.
Do you think that was a conscious decision? Is that a game plan for Jennifer Jones?
No, it's
That when she would have the hammer, Linda, she said, you know what, we'll try and put some stones out in front. We won't necessarily,
It's got lots.
if they go center, we'll go around. That they might just put an extra one out there. Do you think they consciously thought about that?
I think it's a good idea not to come in too quickly to the 4-foot, and that's what they did very well.
And I think you're right, Vic. I think she premeditated that. That was the call. That was the play.
You like it? Yeah.
Center guard.
Or just around.
Okay.
Is it bad? Do you like in or just guard?
Or we can do this.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or just
Yeah. Okay, so what do you think? Five-ish?
Hi, I'm Georgina Wheatcroft from Cloverdale, BC, and I work for RBC Financial Group.
Yeah, it's a new position for Georgina. She's working with their marketing department, and she's having an absolute blast, she says. They're
Doing
very
some
big.
motivational speaking.
She does a lot of that.
Yeah. Well. Yeah. Whoa.
That works.
All right. It's fine.
Shot.
The weight was not, it was just up. I gotta
You want about half?
Hi, I'm Lynn Follis-Kurz from Winnipeg. I'm a financial advisor part-time at Scotiabank and mother to Kyle and Colin.
Yeah. Hard. Perfect. Right up. Roll it in. Right up.
Trying to get them both by spilling.
That's good.
Catch the corner of the one and got a little bit of it over.
Still a pretty good shot, Linda.
The Jones team is second shot, looking to score the 2. They need to win the skin of $3,150 here in the third. You, one of your keys, Linda said, and Ray said number 4 was the important one, knowing when to bail. There is no set rule, is there, when that bail point comes? When is that, you think, though?
Well, it's an interesting thing because if we were talking about regular format curling, there's almost a formula. For women, often it's the second last rock. You look at the situation and say, well, we've played 3. What does it look like? Not so great, let's bail. For men, maybe it's the thirds first. Skins play, you spend so much longer just playing setup rocks that often it does fall later in the end, maybe to the third, second rock even. But you have to keep assessing where the stones are located and make your decision constantly throughout the end.
And just to take it a step further, Vic, I think that's what separates the very good from the mediocre is the ability to be able to recognize that. And, know when to make a move and when to change from defense to offense or offense to defense, whatever the case may be. I don't know, what do you want to call it? You want to call it experience? You want to call it, that's why he or she is a very good skip. And some people have that great sense, is what it is, really.
Georgina Wheatcroft putting up the guard as Kelley Law looks to steal the end, needing just the 1 point. So now it's Karen Porritt, Dana Allerton trying to hold it. And they'll run it by.
My fault, Lynn.
Here we go, Julie. Shoot.
You heard Jennifer say that it was the call. They had to get on the brushing a little earlier.
Sorry, Lynn. Good throw.
She's come to play.
Hi, I'm Julie Skinner from Victoria, and I'm the travel manager at BCAA.
You really need to be making these guards. If you start looking at the house, there's one Jennifer Jones stone on the edge of the 8-foot, and there are 2 white rocks she can use to move up into the rings.
Line's good. How many
Kelley has to make these
Line's
guards
good.
perfectly.
Get over curl. Whoa. Whoa.
Okay, Julie.
Over curled maybe just a bit.
You did, Victor.
Nose. Yeah. Normal weight.
Normal? Okay.
Hi, I'm Karen Port from Winnipeg, and I'm a dental assistant for Dr. Marshall Hoffer and mother to Alana.
Karen and her twin sister Lynn making up the middle part of this Jennifer Jones team.
Hard. Hurry, hurry, hurry. Right up. Roll it. Like, roll it.
Get it? Jam?
That's good.
That is good. It gets it off the forefoot, but it's still shot stone belonging to Law.
Same weight.
That curled a lot more than I thought it would.
Yeah, nice weight.
Now the call.
You guys can put that right in the forefoot, eh? Yeah.
Whoa. Had to show us the circle. Couldn't plant the rock in there. Had to show us you could do the circle.
I'm good. Still got the steady hand, eh, Victor?
Yeah.
I spent all summer looking at maps.
Okay, we got lots of weight. Okay. Lots of room.
For Kelley Law, this is actually a more comfortable shot to be playing than just guarding that one rock. She now can sit first and second shot.
Gets by that off-center guard by quite a bit.
Sit.
But it'll finish nicely. Top of the forefoot and very.
Nice shot, Julie. Good. I don't mind that. Nice one. Great weight.
I knew it was a bit of a hot potato, so.
This is more like the conventional game. Is that why she's more comfortable as compared to trying to protect one, which is a skins format kind of shot?
Well, the reason she wouldn't be comfortable the other way is one run back and she may give up two. Now she's sitting first and second and they're chasing her. Also looking like a potential steal at the moment.
It's a pretty good call by her, though, looking for the run back. It's not going to curl enough, but she jammed it. But had she got that over on the other outside one, she could have had second and third shot rock, but no luck.
My throat straight?
Yeah.
Now the guard.
I thought we were going to get that one.
Yeah.
Good try.
Sorry.
Just the same, I like the call. Jennifer Jones with last rock is. Well, if she makes that shot there, she could turn that in right around. She could be lying shot rock and then third shot rock, so it puts the pressure back on the Law team. But
Like the other way.
I know. I was mean.
no luck.
You're good.
Hi, I'm Kelley Law from Coquitlam, BC, and I'm a mother to Christopher and Cameron.
First stone for Kelley Law.
Line's great.
Here in the third, worth
Line's good.
31.50.
Let it bend if you can. Okay.
We said about 14 and a half seconds between the hog lines for a draw, and up to 16 will still work for a guard.
Yep. Yep.
Oh, there you go.
Look at how far they can carry these. This ice is just incredible.
It's absolutely marvelous ice. Once again, the little guy's done it. It's only the one sheet to worry about, but boy, I tell you, he does a wonderful job. There's no question about it.
Maybe.
Yeah.
I think control there. Control weight. Okay. Look like a hole from down here? Yeah.
That looks really over down here.
It always looks so much bigger though. Just control, because I want to try to stick
That's what
this
she's
off.
talking about,
I
the
can
hole
only
right
see
in there.
half, so I'll just throw control.
Like the ice still?
Yeah, no, I like the ice. I'm just telling you.
Okay.
Hi, I'm Jennifer Jones from Winnipeg, and I'm a lawyer at Aikens, McCauley & Thorvaldson. It's good. Good luck, control. No, off. Off. Watch the roll, Dana.
Find the hole? No.
Okay. That's fine. Sorry, guys. Too much, eh? Just a little up. That's fine, then.
Well, this weekend it's the JVC TSN Women's Skins game. A couple of weeks from now we'll be in Barrie, Ontario, the Barrie Curling Club, for the McCain TSN Skins game. And here is the number to call for tickets in the Southern Ontario area. 705-726-1351, the Barrie Curling Club.
What is all that? What is all that? What is the whole mess of stuff? Okay, Cal.
Same weight out here, right?
Yeah, but we.
Yeah, this is a little different.
it,
She's
right? I
going
don't
into a
think it'll be
different
that much
path here.
different.
Does it mean anything
Same
to
weight
the
out
shot?
here, Di?
It is discussing about the weight, but you know, we've seen the ones down the middle slide so easily. They can carry them so far. I don't think really the skips have to make a huge adjustment, especially for these guard shots.
Line's great.
We got lots.
Line's good.
Coming in.
Wow. Ben.
Gotta get off that guard.
This has got to curl a long way, I'll tell you. She got it out outside.
They said it's coming in. We'll have a look at the time. That is about what we think would be draw weight.
It's fine. It's fine. It's fine where it is. Okay, great shot.
But it will stop.
It only started to dig in, though, when it started to break.
Yeah, absolutely.
And that's very typical of his ice, Vic. I mean, as they finish, they will die. All rocks
Yeah,
will.
there anyways. She had no shot. She had to draw anyways. Yeah.
Good shot.
You can see right here as it comes across the 4-foot line, and right now, look at how it's moving sideways, Victor. It moved over almost a full stone within about 5 feet.
So when you look at the back of the time, there was almost 2 seconds difference in terms of the hog line time.
There was. Jennifer Jones knew that it was close, though. I'm sure she spent that whole time the rock was coming down preparing for this draw.
So in danger of giving the skin of 31.50 to Kelley Law. Jennifer Jones needs to draw the button here to force a carryover. Dana Allerton is the rusher closest to the stone, and it's Lynn Kerrs out in front. Karen Porritt is calling.
They left it a long time. They had to go all the way with it.
And she'll crash in front. And so the skin goes to Kelley Law, $3,150.
Way to go.
When I grow up, I want to be an explorer in Africa. I want to go places, see things like lions and elephants and zebras. When I grow up, I want to do things I always wanted to do.
Invest with Standard Life and help make your childhood dreams come true. Ask your financial security advisor about our full range of investment and insurance products. Standard Life. Profit from our knowledge.
How the years, they fly by. Fleeting glimpses, moments in our lives. Gotta hold on to them, catch them while you can. These are the moments, these are the moments. JVC holds the moments of our lives.
You're not gonna regret buying this minivan. No, ma'am. So you. It's practical. It's responsible. It's says you've accepted your middle age and are at peace with it. Congratulations. Oh, you've ruined it. I'll need to get you to sign another one.
You know what? We're gonna think about it.
Taste the one that's forever young. Diet Pepsi.
Introducing the new Bic Soft Twin Shaver. Twin blades, pivoting head, soft feel grip for smooth skin. Try a Bic Soft Twin Shaver today.
Catch the action with Michelin from October 15th to November 11th. With the purchase of 4 Michelin Alpine Winter tires, you get a Michelin Winter Survival Kit free. Plus, enter the Catch the Action sweepstakes for a chance to win fantastic Sony products. Michelin, because so much is riding on your tires.
Sunday, it's the Seahawks and the Raiders on TSN.
It is a beautiful BC weekend. There, I said it, Linda. All right, it is a beautiful weekend here in New Westminster.
That's two.
Where the curlers and crew are guests of the Royal Towers Hotel and Casino. Well, we are looking forward to this, as I'm sure you are as curling fans. The Canadian Curling Trials in Regina. Here are the women's teams. And you can see 3 of them, Law Jones, Colleen Jones, and Sherry Madaw, are involved in this weekend's skins game. What a great field that is. As we go to the 4th,
lots of room.
And the skin is $1,650. Once again, Jennifer Jones has the hammer, so she'll look to score.
Let it work if you can. Line's good. Let it work if you can. You got room. Fully. Come on. Yep. Come on. Yes. Come on. Bring back. Come on. Hard. Hard. Hurry. Come on. Hard. Good rush. Good shot, Dana.
And of course, the Canadian Curling Trials, you'll see it all here on TSN, Canada's most comprehensive curling coverage. And our coverage begins bright and early, 9:30 a.m. Eastern Time, December 1st. 3 draws each and every day. Right through round robin.
Want to sit on it? How about freeze? Like freeze?
You want to go here?
Yeah.
I was surprised that Jennifer Jones drew into the rings with her first one. The blue stone belonging to Kelley Laws, just a biter, and I would have been tempted to put another rock out front. You could have put it close to the blue one if you didn't want to go too wide with your corner. But now the play is in the rings.
Yeah, I agree, Linda. I would have played the corner. I would have just ignored that stone that's biting the top 12 foot. Played the corner. Let Kelley make the play. Now, she talked about hitting, and then she talked about raising, and now she decided to play a freeze on the stone that's in the rings. Boy, that late movement.
Okay, good shot, Di. It's fine. Nothing wrong with that.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's just
like
tight,
that.
eh? Just tight.
Corner freeze.
Same weight.
Corner freeze, yeah.
Yep. Got room. Let it work if you can, guys. It's got to move a lot. Where are we?
Top 12.
No.
Let it move
off,
a whole
Lynn, off. No, off.
Top 12 still in.
Okay, clean. Whoa, let's corner freeze this one. We're gonna work it okay. That's good. It's not bad. It's not bad.
We're interactive here on TSN. There's our web address, tsn.ca/curling. We always appreciate your comments. Mostly the good ones.
You want to try this?
The bad ones we're not too keen on.
Don't send those in.
No, don't bother. I mean, you're just wasting time. But tsn.ca/curling. Let us know what you're thinking, particularly about Ray.
Poor Ray's had enough.
It's a tough day. It's just the first.
Yeah.
I'm a very patient person.
You'll get me eventually.
Yeah, I will.
Yeah.
I will. Yeah, it's just a matter of time.
Close.
Whoa.
Close, yeah!
Run it back. Get them both. Very nice. How far will it go? Very nice shot. Through the hole.
A little early here.
Shit.
Yeah, we should. What?
You were right.
I know.
They're hoping to get both of the white ones out. Now watch where the white one ends up. And
I know,
Vic,
a little earlier when we got that.
who is second shot there for
That's
us?
really close for this early in the season.
Oh, come on.
Yeah.
No waffling.
Definitely the blue.
Blue second, yeah.
But you heard the Georgina and Julie talking about the fact we should have been sweeping that to hit it on a different angle and get the double.
Playing second stones.
Just want to
Lynn
freeze.
Kerrs, sorry.
No, that's no problem. You've done everything else to me.
Just,
might
might as well just step all
on
over
me.
it.
Yeah.
What do you like? Like,
I wasn't around that.
Bump
freeze
like
on
this?
that. I wasn't sure.
yeah?
Well, what's third shot?
See, it's the whole summer
This
that just
one's
sort of builds
second.
up in me.
That's third.
You want to go around then?
Maybe the intern around it.
Okay.
Hey, George.
Okay, so 5, do you think? 4.5?
4.5 down here.
Okay.
Look at the focus, Linda.
I've got the time in the mind, 14.5 seconds between the hog line, and now just clean release to the broom.
Wait's there.
Low line.
Low line. Closed.
Got 4 foot.
Close for line.
The line should be all right. It moves late. Here it comes now. You can't lose it.
Now it's up to Nelson and Skinner.
4 foot.
Room.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Got it through. Lovely. And it'll stop back 4, back edge of the 4.
It's just too deep, though, Vic. It really allows Jennifer Jones now to come down and sit on top of it and eliminate the blue stone that's in the 8 foot. So it's too deep. It's got to be middle of the 8 foot or top 4 foot.
They were brushing it for line. This stripe down the center of the ice gives you a great view, along with us, of how much curl there is at the end, how much finish, as we call
Gotta
it.
let it work.
Might have to go.
No, you can't.
Wait's good. Wait's good. No.
Can't. No.
Gotta go.
No.
Here comes the finish that Linda talks about right now. It's coming across the 4 foot line.
No.
Here it comes.
No. Curl.
Yeah, boy, just sneaks it by. Very nice. And I mean, you must be just biting your nails waiting for that thing to move. I mean, she's all over that stone top 12 into the last 2.5, 3 feet, and then it just moves sideways.
It's really a weight scenario, Victor. If you just throw a little extra, it's not going to make that little move, which we saw earlier and end earlier. Got to have the perfect weight.
Julie Skinner,
Line's good.
third stones here in the 4th. The skin is $1,650.
Got a bang.
Law must steal. Jones has the hammer.
Here it comes.
And all Kelley's trying to do is surround this white rock in the button area, make it impossible for them to get to, and then see what happens.
Nope.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's okay.
Well, there was a good example for our viewers to see how it held on that line and just didn't break.
Yeah, can we get in there? Yeah?
Julie just got it a little outside, I think.
Because I think if we come through there, we might set up something, right?
I can't hear a word you're
Well,
saying.
if we come this way, we might set up a double.
Here?
won't we? But if I stay out, will we set up a double? Or will it jam?
This way is an easier.
I think they're both saying the same thing. The intern draw, that's what Jennifer had mentioned first.
Karen Porritt.
And the left-hander is throwing the
Oh, it's back
in-turn.
here,
It will
right back to this
react
blue
a
one.
little bit differently than the right-hander throwing the out-turn.
No, no, whoa. Yeah, come on. Atta girl.
To lie 2, and that's what she needs for the skin.
Got too many rocks to go on.
Didn't move here, sorry. It's not bad, though.
You want to go here?
Yeah, that might. Can we hit that off nose and get it?
Well, we can always play this.
Yeah. What about this over here? Is that the one you were talking about?
Yeah, there's that too, but I think we need to move those ones.
Yeah,
up
and then we can move them around. Then we got
Yeah.
some. Kelly's got something to bump, right?
Yeah.
It's your last one, right?
Yep.
I think we better
How much
go
do
here.
we need? What?
Huh?
Can we get shot there?
They're talking about moving these ones here. That one, and that one
Or,
back
or
here.
we can play that right now.
Yeah. Get them out of the...
What Kelly's talking about is coming around this way here into this area here.
Yeah, that doesn't look too bad, Kelly.
What?
Then if I hit it just off nose, then at least we have this one to bump next time, right? There's this over here too. Hit half a rock there. Oh my God.
That's
Gotta throw
tough.
a lot. Yeah. At least we can move these around.
So
thin. Half?
You might get them both here, right?
Well,
much
we
do you
could,
think?
yeah.
Yeah.
I kind of like that.
Because then it opens it up for you,
Yeah.
Kelly. Right?
I think if we hit
Hitting this one here,
right there,
high,
can I get them both?
which will come across onto this one here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Move that
How
one
much weight?
back onto this here, and they're saying maybe it'll go
Gotta hit
this
it right
way.
in the
Normal?
corner.
Okay. So half, quarter,
About a third.
Third. Okay. Go.
How much?
Throw some weight.
Some weight? Some weight.
Throw some weight.
Throw some weight at it. How much she want? Half? Third. Third. Okay.
You really need to make this now. If you're going to go for it, not just continue to try and block the opponent by coming in. You need to make it now.
This could work in Jennifer Jones's favor if she doesn't make this right, Linda, because it will be opened up and she has the hammer. She got the movement she wanted, but not the result she wanted. She talked about being able to hit that outside stone, and I don't think there was anything she could do. She had to jam like that. She did that as well as she could, I think, don't you?
Yeah, I was a little surprised they played it at
Yeah,
all.
me
I
too.
thought they continued to play quietly down there. It was a very tough shot. You had to hit it so thinly, and it didn't quite work.
Girl, just a bit too much, eh?
Intern come around, tuck it around the top blue one.
Jones looking to score the two for the skin, $1,650.
This is a great opportunity.
Karen Porritt. Now the big scrub from Allerton, and Kerrs trying to sneak it around that blue stone. They do. Top four. Sit, talk to it. Nice shot to lie two.
Nice shot. What a great shot if it stops about 4 inches shorter, but it's a wonderful shot.
Neither did I.
The important thing is it
I
would
thought it
stick,
would
right?
sit a lot sooner. Good shot. I'm just after my draw last one, I'm afraid to leave
You know
it.
what? I think
It's curling more. Yeah.
If they'd gotten it just by the blue one, right now, stopped anywhere here,
Here, that's right.
the run back that Kelly's about to play wouldn't be there.
the brooms and took a dive.
Yeah.
That's all right.
Yeah.
What else do we do?
This is a good situation, though, Linda, as far as I'm concerned.
An intern in practice here with
For the Manitoba team, they've got Kelley throwing at a stone. She's going to try and
Just here.
try hit this one here, drive it onto this one here,
Okay, Kelley.
and catch this one here.
Kind of wait.
Normal.
Okay.
Skip stones here in the fourth.
We're very early in this game, and already Kelly's faced very tough situations. Last in was actually the first one where she had fairly simple shots.
Nelson Wheatcroft trying to hold the line as she tries to run it back, maybe get a couple. Run it back. 1, 2. What a shot.
Good shot. I think
Oh, man. Should have been on it a little bit
Well,
sooner. Yeah.
great shot, there's no question. But watch this rock here. Now, this is a white stone here that you have to be sweeping. This stone right here. It's behind the tee line.
Right? Normal weight? I think so.
Playing the run back to lie 2.
Is that too much, eh?
I got hit it slightly on the high side.
I thought for a moment, actually, when you said that, Ray, when they weren't sweeping it, the white had actually stopped in
I
time
thought
to be
so
shot
too.
rock.
That's why I draw your attention to it.
You guys like
I guess it went far enough. Obviously, that's why she's playing this run raise. But it looked to me like it was going to be the shot rock. No one laid a brush on it.
No.
Little things in this game are so important. Be in the right position, anticipate where you have to go, bring the infield in, move the left fielder over.
Normal weight.
I think it's finished that season.
It is. What a great
Yeah, it
season,
was.
though, Linda. Wasn't that something, that World Series? Whoa.
Jennifer Jones.
Yep, nice.
And her first. Get it started. Has it moved on her? Got to sneak it by the blue to get to the yellow or get to the white. Maybe move just a little bit too much on her. And
I think Kelley can hit the back one and lie 3, can she not?
Looks
Yeah.
like it.
Now, they're getting caught a little bit in that spot. That's the spot we've said may run a little straight, but as soon as your release is inside, it just goes.
The interesting thing, I talked to Shorty before the game, he said if you're playing just inside the 12-foot or taking ice in the middle of the 8-foot, you won't.
Yeah, I like the out turn.
It will run a little straight. Obviously, we know with the up weight.
Okay.
But if you move outside the 12-foot, then it really runs straight on you.
Stick. Okay.
I find this interesting as she plays the stone that you mentioned, Ray, that she's Kelley Law. Decides to go with the out turn here, Linda, which we know really curls. Why wouldn't you go maybe, or is it fair to say is the in turn a little bit of a straighter turn? Why would you go with it?
Well, actually, I think she expects us to run quite straight, and the problem is that we haven't seen enough of the inside-out shots to make the switch, so she's sticking with what she knows.
Clean. Clean.
Whoa.
Whoa. Clean. 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 Clean.
Shot, Kel.
Here we go, Kelley.
Nice shot.
That's the way to do it. So you can see that blue is line 3. And now Jennifer Jones will look to score 1 and force a carryover.
You can be back.
Bite the 4.
Just a draw. Just a draw.
Just a draw to the 4-foot. When you're looking at the board and there's $16.50 up there at stake,
That's why
wanting
you-
to force the carryover.
Not getting heavier.
That's why you skips get the big dough.
You wouldn't even contemplate a hit and stick here or a hit and inside roll, nothing, just
No,
draw all the way.
Especially when the hits are being so tricky, you might just roll that much too far.
Final stone looking to
Line's nice. Just
score
away.
1. Jennifer Jones
Bite the 4.
from Winnipeg against Kelley Law from the host Royal City Curling Club right here in New Westminster.
We're looking for 14.5, so it must be close.
Clean.
Great shot, Jen.
Nice shot, Jen, that girl.
Very nice for her single point.
Hi, Nicole, Florence, Chandra, Marla.
We'll let you get them all in, Jennifer. Go right ahead as she makes the draw when needed to force the carryover of $1,650. So we'll go to the 5th. and we'll add $1,900. Right now it is Kelley Law who has the lead over Jennifer Jones in this opening semifinal. This is the JVC TSN Women's Skins game from New Westminster.
Slam the guards back. Try to get in there first.
This update is brought to you by IBM, taking e-business and your business to the next level.
Welcome back to the TSN Newsroom, everybody. I'm Corey Warren. CIS football action today. Number 2 ranked McMaster and number 4 ranked Ottawa were facing each other in the Yates Cup. Second quarter, McMaster quarterback Ben Chapdelaine airs out a bomb to Vaughn Swartz for his second touchdown of the game, but Ottawa led it 15-14 at the half. After a scoreless third, McMaster explodes in the fourth. Up 22-15, Ben Chapdelaine goes deep once again for none other than Vaughn Swartz. 75 yards later, it's in the end zone. McMaster defeats the defending Vanier Cup champs 30-22 to win the Yates Cup. Earlier today, both Laval and St. Mary's were winners. They will meet in the Atlantic Bowl. We'll get you back to more curling after this.
Punch buggy.
Taste the one that's forever young. Diet Pepsi.
What a night. A moonlit drive, a romantic dinner for 2, and a show. There's just one little thing that he keeps forgetting. This is my car.
The 2002 PT Cruiser by Chrysler.
This is my car.
Just saw an angel. I think she just looked at me. Wish I could say hello.
What's so great about working for us? Uniforms you can actually wear to work.
One of the many tugboats you'll see working the Fraser River in this part of Lower Mainland, New Westminster, as we pay for $3,550 here in this fifth end. And from Jessica Gordon, well, thank you very much. We're glad to be back. And Linda, you've seen most of the teams on the women's tour this season. Who's hot heading into the trials?
Well, if you look at the tour list, the top 3 teams for cash is Sherry Middaugh, Kelley Law, and Sherry Anderson. And all 3 of those teams have had big victories on the tour and look very impressive heading into our last month and the Canadian Curling Trials.
So Kelley Law has the hammer here in the fifth. The skin is $3,550. And so Kelley will need to score 2 points if she wants to pocket it.
Let's skate a bit. Line's good, guys.
Just looking for the front stone.
Foot out. Right here.
Just wants to move it a little tighter to the rings, keep it off the center line.
Nice shot, Di.
Nice shot,
Nice shot.
And just to refresh your minds, these are the 3 teams that are here this weekend at the Skins game, but there's Sherry Anderson, of course, that Linda was mentioning.
And if you're wondering about Colleen Jones, she actually has not been playing much on the tour. She was in a men's cash spiel this year and did fairly well there, but she has been absent from most of the events on the women's tour.
Wait, looks good.
And that was a conscious decision that Nancy Delahunt was saying to me. They just were picking their spots. They wanted to go to a couple and not curled that much.
Okay. Nice way, team. That's good. Control.
Law has the gavel, so she's got the rocks in place. Got the short corner guard. She'll play the tap back here. Hack weight.
Normal.
Yeah. No. Well,
Normal. Normal.
close. Yeah. Yeah.
Good throw by Diane.
A nice roll, too. Our second semifinal features a couple of terrific teams. The reigning Canadian and world champion Colleen Jones out of the Mayflower in Halifax against the leading money winner last year and this year on the JVC Women's Tour. That's Sherry Madaw from the Coldwater Curling Club.
Where is Coldwater, Vic?
Just northwest of Orillia.
Orillia. That would be pretty close to Barrie, of course. Orillia. Stephen Leacock is from Orillia.
Yeah, Gordon Lightfoot.
Gordon Lightfoot.
No
Ray Turnbull.
Yes.
No line at all.
Oh yeah, I did
Funny,
10 years in Orillia.
I didn't see your monument up there.
It's there.
this
It's
summer,
right by just behind Champlain's monument at the park. Yeah.
Hard. 3 right up. 3 right up. Hard. No roll, Dana. No roll. That works so good.
That works good.
Yeah, great shot.
Well, it's a plan B, but it's not bad. They nestle their rock up against the Law rock in the 8-foot area.
Kelley's got to do something with that rock on the center line, that's for sure. And you can see the indication. Just hit this.
Georgina Wheatcroft.
And off. Weight's good. Close.
No.
Close. Yeah. Oh, whoa, it's gone.
Okay. It's fine.
Okay, George.
What I found interesting about the women's tour this year, Linda, was that
Center guard?
some of the Bonspiels
Okay.
were running the 4-rock rule just for
Halfway.
that purpose
Or
of
tight,
giving
I
the
guess.
teams a little bit of practice heading into the trials, because of course 4-rock is played at not only the World Championships, will be played at the Olympics in Salt Lake.
Yeah, we ran the JVC
Nice,
Classic
nice.
in Winnipeg with the 4-rock rule, and it was and Hans
Real
Lutrick,
tight.
of course,
Let it
made
work
the
if
ice
you
for
can.
us, and the ice was fantastic, and
Gotta
the
go
games
for tight.
all week long were so
Okay,
interesting.
real tight, guys.
You were there, Linda, to see the
Go
last part of it,
move.
and had some
Come on,
top
right
teams
up.
from across
Every inch.
Canada and United States. Patty
Every
Lank was
inch,
there
come
from
on.
the United States, and some teams from Europe and Scotland, so
Okay.
it was great to see the 4-rock rule in play.
I think the teams on the tour were very supportive. I think everyone, if they weren't able to be in Regina, wants to support those teams training for Regina and get the best rep we can get out of Canada. We're bound to get a great one, but prepare them really well for the Olympics.
Exactly. It's tough to play one rule and have to just rush off to the World Championships, in this case the Olympics, and have to make the change,
You gotta go.
because it is a little bit of a different game. There's no question about it.
Yeah.
Hold off.
Lots of room.
We got lots of room just for weight.
3.
12.
8 foot.
Line's good. Yeah.
3. Hard, hurry, hard. Hurry, hurry, hurry. Right back. Hurry.
Boy, just snuck it by that
Nice shot.
blue stone covering the edge of the 4. Very nice. To lie 2, and that would give Kelley Law the skin here in 5.
I think we got to move it. Back 4.
Yeah, I don't know. What does this say to you? That her conversion rate on the plus side of things is only 36%.
Well, it almost is the same as the fact you said earlier about how many times people do capture
It's less
skin.
than that,
It's a little
actually,
less
yeah.
than the one with the hammer, but and the funny thing is that she captured a huge skin last year with the hammer. So sometimes it's the right one, and you're just so much far ahead in the game. But steals are a big factor in this game too. That's what Jennifer Jones needs to do right here.
Hurry, right up. Hard. Hurry, right up. Right
Now it's up to Allerton and Kurz to try and
Keep going, right up.
drag it as far as
Right
they
up.
can, sneak it by
It's not bad, Karen. That's good. Oh, that's good.
for second shot.
Just
Holding Law to 1 is not a bad thing either.
Just under through it a little bit.
I know. I was just looking at that. Those are totally wired.
Like this?
We gotta be right on top.
We got to bring it right on top, I think, Kelley.
Yep.
Yeah, from
I think so. If we can. Yeah, because those. Hey guys.
These are the rocks they're talking about, how wired they are.
Julie Skinner.
So when you know the opponent has a double raise possible on a shot rock, what you want to do is bring one right to the face of it and try and disrupt that line.
Well, we're bumping. We're bumping. We're on the guard.
There they are. They get a break.
It's not bad.
I don't think it changed things a lot as far as the white stones go.
It's a little hot.
Same thing, eh? Or you want to
This
hit
way?
Okay.
I don't actually even mind like bumper or control.
You want to make sure we roll away? We gotta steal, eh?
Well, we can sit here, but then she'll just go here.
This is here as well, of course.
Oh, I know.
Well, what do you like?
Well, we gotta steal, so do we want to try the same shot I just played?
Okay. Back 8.
Yeah.
Karen Porritt.
Late center.
Yep. Oh! Oh! Close!
No!
Close!
Just have to wait for it. Just wait for it.
No.
Takes a long time to come off that 4-foot line.
Sorry.
That's not bad.
Got it far enough.
But white stones are lying 2, and so Jones in position to possibly steal.
Do we, or do we try to muck that up? Do we try to smack that? There might be a double. Like, yeah, I can probably get it and maybe get us in. Our blue, you mean? No, I'm just thinking we might be able to eliminate all of them. 2 of them. The 2 shot rocks.
These 2 go for sure.
Yeah, I think so. Am I hitting the white
Play
one?
this?
Yep.
Normal?
Yep.
That's what we talked about before. These ones here.
Yes.
Nelson and Wheatcroft trying to save it now for Skinner. Hold it long enough. Nice shot.
Well, I'll say it worked out a lot better than she thought it was going to, Linda.
Yeah, they didn't hit it exactly the way they wanted and got a break.
Worked out pretty sweet.
Yes, it did work out sweet.
I don't know.
It's a good shot.
She threw lots of rotation on that
good,
handle. You'll see there's a lot of rotation on this. So notice how it's turning, and it curled a little too much. But look at the blue stone it pushed over now in behind the guard and just butting the top of the 4-foot. And that is the shot rock.
That's right. Touch the blue instead of directly on the white, and that's why they got so much action on those blue rocks.
White is still lying 1.
Top 4. That's enough ice. Lynn, you threw that guard and I gave you... Did you? Give me a shade more, Care. We got to make sure we're by.
The blue rock just went a little too far. It looked for a moment like it was going to be shot rock.
Jennifer Jones.
And the reason Jennifer's playing this way around the guard is she doesn't want to set up a double. If she came the other way, playing the other turn, she might set up a double or a hit and roll for Kelley.
She's on that front one on the guard?
I think so.
Yeah, she is.
She had great weight, too. Just had to catch it a bit earlier. Those are tough to call.
A little light?
Just a touch. Might have been a little light, eh?
Maybe.
Well, you got this draw or this draw.
Well, a year ago, it came down to this shot for Kelley Law. Look at that. The skin worth $20,600.
Plus that $10,000, so $31,000 on this shot. Quiet, she had just see about a quarter of it. She had to tick it across the rings. Her in turn, nice control weight, no problem. And the trip back this year.
Not there.
As the defending
Throw that
champion,
shot.
Kelley Law.
Nose. It's too much ice.
Second.
You don't want to play the come around on this one and then do this on the second one?
Well, for the second one, I could play the carryover. If she bumps me out or somewhere.
Talking about this one here, they were talking about that one.
No matter what you do here, she's ringing it, right? No matter if you make this or not, she's going around that one?
Maybe, but you see, if I go straight back, both my shots roll in behind the guard.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
This one here.
Gotta make sure we get to the nose.
Yep.
Okay. Normal.
Right now it is still Jones, line one, in position to steal.
I know Kelley's concerned about this spot, Ray. Runs very straight.
Clean. Yep.
Kelley Law on her first. Had to get to the nose now. Did she tighten up the ice? Did she tighten it up too much? Nelson Wheatcroft get it to the nose, run it back. Oh. Now she'll open up the shot stone by doing that.
Okay.
But maybe just tightening it up that much affected the shot, Linda.
It could have.
It's fine.
Looked inside just out of her hand. This is a chance where second shot your best guard.
I think it was just a little bit of release, and we talked about that earlier. And sometimes, Vic, it was that motion to give less ice. You're thinking about that spot, and that's sometimes when the hand comes over the top.
Was I a little light? Yeah. What'd you get? I thought it was good. We just have to bite the four, if that. You know, like, we got great line. Like, let's take it top button. Yeah.
Clean it, eh? Clean it.
Wait only, Dane. It's got to be above the tee line.
Top
four, line's great. Let it work if you can.
Line's real good. Hurry! It's great. Hurry, hurry, hurry. Okay. Line's real good.
Got room. Top button, guys. Top button.
Yes.
Come on, hard. Hurry. Hard.
Yeah. Perfect.
Very nice as she puts it top button.
Good judge, guys.
The lie two.
What'd you get? Good judge.
It's perfect. It's absolutely perfect.
There.
Oh, yeah. There, but
Made a big move right here, Linda, and they got a little panicky, but perfect weight by Jennifer. She gets it behind, fully behind the guard.
I've seen a couple curl too much and touch the front stone, but that one was just
So I kind of was
perfect.
moving, and oh no. I mean, well, they had to be on it anyway. You ready to see?
Hey, Kel, you know this shot.
Oh yeah. Only 4.5 here, right?
Yeah. 4.5?
So that's where you want to put it. Force a carryover of $3,550. Right now, the money's in the pocket of Jennifer Jones.
Line's good.
I think we gotta go.
Front end thinks it may be just a tad light, so they're on it right now.
Hurry.
Nelson and Wheatcroft, we're looking for what time at the hog line?
14 and a half.
Looks light to me.
Okay. It's not there, guys.
It
It's
isn't. Nearly 16 seconds. She is going to be light.
Sure.
And Jennifer Jones with a terrific draw with her final stone will pick up the skin. $3,550 here in the fifth. We are midway through, and Jones has the lead.
Catch the action with Michelin from October 15th to November 11th. With the purchase of 4 Michelin Alpine Winter tires, you get a Michelin Winter Survival Kit free. Plus, enter the Catch the Action sweepstakes for a chance to win fantastic Sony products. Michelin, because so much is riding on your tires.
Introducing the new Big Soft Twin Shaver. Twin blades, pivoting head, soft feel grip for smooth skin. Try a Big Soft Twin Shaver today.
This Christmas, give someone a ticket to the stars.
Now this is your time to rise above the rest.
Show them how much you care with a Scott Tournament of Hearts All-Star Mini Pack. 3 different ones to choose from, so you can select the one that's best for that special curling fan on your list. For tickets, call Ticketmaster or shop online. The Scott Tournament of Hearts in Brandon.
Where stars are born today.
Bombardier. 80 years of heritage and innovation. A serious history with serious savings. Get a $500 rebate on 2000 and 2001 Ski-Doo snowmobiles, or $300 of parts, accessories, and clothing on 2002 sleds, including the special 80th anniversary edition. Ski-Doo, there's nothing like it.
For those occasions when you can't avoid heartburn, there's Zantac 75. It reduces stomach acid for up to 12 hours, so sometimes all it takes is one Zantac 75 to relieve heartburn. Zantac 75. Lose the heartburn, keep everything else.
Click, hit, and check it out. The Hockey Hall of Fame is at your fingertips at hhof.com. Enter the 2001 Induction Online Contest for a chance to win great prizes. Enter before November 12th and receive 20% off the Legends Club. This exclusive Hockey Hall of Fame membership entitles you to benefits with the Hall's new website, legendsofhockey.net. Catch the 2001 induction ceremony live November 12th on TSN. The Hockey Hall of Fame launches legendsofhockey.net November 9th.
That sweet taste comes from Honey and Nuts and the goodness of Cheerios. Honey Nut Cheerios.
Sunday, it's the Seahawks and the Raiders on TSN.
The JVC TSN Women's Skins Game from New Westminster, BC is brought to you by JVC. Excite your senses.
So we've played 5, and you can see Jennifer Jones now with the lead on Kelley Law in this opening semifinal of this year's JVC TSN Women's Skins Game from New Westminster, BC. If we go back to that 5th, you have to look at the last 2 shots. I mean, it's interesting the adjustment made by Jennifer Jones. She was light with her first, and then with her last one, she was perfect.
It is perfect, and Kelley had decided right before this about playing a run back versus playing the draw. She decided on a run back. It wasn't made, and she left this one for Jennifer.
Well judged all the way, and it made a big move at the end, but they get it to the forefoot, and it's totally buried. So Kelley Law has absolutely nothing but this shot here, which is a draw. And out of her hand, Linda, you can hear Georgina and Diane say, we need it, we need it. So they had to split on it, and they knew it was light when she let it go.
Okay. It's not there, guys. It's okay.
It was almost 16 seconds at the hog line, and no, it wasn't there, despite Diane Nelson.
Diane
never wanted to give up on it. No, so the skin goes to Jennifer Jones, and it's interesting to note all the skins have been won by stealing.
excite your senses.
Harmful exhaust emissions. Today, it's pretty much a fact of life. But every time you fill up with Husky or Mohawk Regular Plus or Premium Plus ethanol blended gasoline, you're investing in a cleaner environment. Ethanol's natural properties keep your fuel system cleaner with a built-in gas line antifreeze, providing optimum performance and a significant reduction of harmful emissions. Cleaner gas, cleaner air. Mother Nature's fuel at your Husky and Mohawk retailers.
When I grow up, I want to be a racing car driver. I want a really cool car with a big motor and a place where I can drive around all day. When I grow up, I want to get the stuff that I always dreamed about.
Invest with Standard Life and help make your childhood dreams come true. Ask your financial security advisor about our full range of investment and insurance products. Standard Life. Profit from our knowledge.
Bombardier. 80 years of heritage and innovation. A serious history with serious savings. Get a $500 rebate on 2000 and 2001 Ski-Doo snowmobiles or $300 of parts, accessories, and clothing on 2002 sleds, including the special 80th anniversary edition. Ski-Doo, there's nothing like it.
It was a total whiteout, and then out of nowhere, I saw the accident. I hit the brakes and stopped short of the pileup. Then I saw a truck skidding right toward me. I hit the gas, the tires gripped. I would have been sandwiched between those two trucks. My Blizzak tires saved me. I have no doubt about it.
Whatever you drive, you can stick to ice with Bridgestone Blizzak. Now available for minivans, light trucks, and SUVs. Bridgestone Blizzak, the winter tire that sticks to ice.
Ground transportation for this weekend's Skins game is provided by Key West Ford. Well, congratulations, Royal City Curling Club. You've done a wonderful job, and to all the people who have come out, it is sold out. They're chock-a-block in here. We welcome you all to this 2001 JVC TSN Women's Skins game. As we get ready to resume play here in the sixth, the skin worth $1,900, and we mentioned as we were going to our last commercial break how all the skins have been won on steals, Linda.
They're still cleaning the ice, so.
And it's interesting because we were just saying too that a lot of the play has been in the rings, and often when you play the rocks into the rings, it's a little easier for the carryovers to get a chance to score at least one when you have the hammer. But so far that has not been the case. The carryovers have gone on, but then the next skin has been taken by the steal.
So Kelley Law, who finds herself trailing, will have the hammer here in the sixth and look to score the skin by picking up a couple of points.
Well, Jennifer was, deserving of winning that skin for sure, but it was Kelley Law missing a draw that, that maybe she should have made. It's those are the kind of shots you're going to have to make. She had to be full 4 foot to catch the front of the button, and it's a shot she's made many times. But out of her hand, you can hear the quick comment by Georgina Wheatcroft that we needed to brush, so she obviously threw it a little lighter.
That's in. Hey, Dad. Good.
Law with the hammer.
I don't know. 4. And the crowd goes wild. So I can make it a little straighter for a little bit. Well, yeah.
Diane is looking to place a front stone, and she's played lead most of the time in her career. in curling, and she plays it very well. She, as you said, Ray, owns that area right in front of the house in many of the games that they play.
Never get very many claps when the lead makes a shot. 3 people clapped.
Just like that.
Yeah, she has a great sense of draw weight, and that's what you have to have if you're going to play the lead position, whether it's the 3-rock rule, the 4-rock rule, or the skins format. And
nice shot, Di.
you've got to control that area out front.
Dana Ellerton.
You got the weight in your back pocket, basically. That's
You're
perfect.
right when you
can put that in or
mentioned,
wherever, right?
just listen to them for a moment. And you're right when you mentioned that Jennifer Jones has gotten away with playing a lot of rocks in the rings.
Oh, wait. Good.
It can backfire on you, so you have to be careful.
And the crowd goes wild.
Jones is good.
Explain that though, Linda, because I mean, I guess if you're watching this, you're saying, well, isn't that the point? Aren't you supposed to get your stones in the rings to score the points? You need the 2. How is she getting away with it?
Sounds very logical, but actually the steals have been set up not by lots of guards out in front and a long raise being played, which we often see in skins play, but just getting the rocks in the house in the right position and maybe making one key come around or one key guard that's fairly tight to the rings even. It has not been what we call typical skins play so far in the game.
That's a good example, too, of a stone that Diane just either she got it outside a little bit or it ran straighter than they anticipated, but you got to save the shooter on that stone. You can't be rolling off.
Line's tight. It's pretty good, though.
Those 2 Canadian mixed championships were with Jeff
Tight
Stoughton.
on her own, Jen. Whoa, then whoa. It's coming down.
It's a decent skip to play with, isn't it?
Line's good. Got it tight to the house.
I would say so, in mixed or in men's play.
You bet.
Very tight. Okay. No. Okay, Lynn, that's not bad.
Now, Vic, this is a good example because we're looking at the fact that Kelley Law has the hammer, bringing these guards this tight to the rings. You have lots of options if you're Kelley. You can hit and roll over to one side. There's a double possible. It's easier for Georgina to get at these rocks when you bring them this close together.
In converse, you mentioned that Diane Nelson had, played lead all her life. Georgina Wheatcroft has played almost every position at the national level, and she skipped as a junior, I believe. Linda, you'd know better than I. I think she's played 3rd, she's played 2nd, she's played lead, so she really has got it all covered. Terrific player.
We could go here.
That works. Yeah, great.
Here. She'll just play that.
I don't like that.
Now, if you're doing a strategy clinic,
I can't hear you.
Listen to them.
Well, I'm just thinking we try coming through that hole.
Oh.
No, eh?
Wow, it's there, but it's just there.
I don't mind hit the double.
I don't mind this, actually, even if we just sit here.
Sit right there. I like that.
Okay.
People are saying, well, what's the problem? The Blues aren't in the rings, but the Blues are in the perfect spot right now to be moved up into scoring position, and that's why Jennifer doesn't like them there.
Yep. Yep.
She doesn't have to steal, though. She could contemplate going around or angling on the face of one of them.
Lynn Kerrs, right on the beak, sits right there.
I don't mind that just because
I just didn't like that rock.
Split, tap.
You want to try splitting this on?
Yeah, or tap it. Either one. Tap's good.
Splitting this one on,
like that.
coming down here, pushing this one here to sit in this area, and maybe trying to roll the shooter onto this area. And alternatively, you could just tap it straight back and have it covered.
House away. Back.
Close.
Close.
Georgina Wheatcroft.
Yeah.
Nelson and Skinner now trying to hold the line.
Right over, Julie.
Whoa, guy.
Just curled too much. They wanted to try and roll the top one on, the blue one on. It curled about a half an inch too much, Linda.
A bit too
Those splits are pretty tough to get the shooter to roll on as well, but unfortunately,
time's away.
Shot rock is in the open.
I don't mind bump.
Okay. big piece right underneath your rock. Move your rock. Move the rock.
Those Hawkeyes are the lead.
Yeah, they have to do it all. Never get any credit.
First of the third stones here in this sixth. It's worth $1,900.
You saw the experience
looking
that
to score 2.
Sorry, Vic. Saw the experience that Karen has in mixed play. I really like this combination of Karen at third and Jennifer at skip. Really like the way they work together.
Good rock.
There you go. Wave is good, eh? It's all right.
Like this?
Yep. Normal? Normal? Whoa. Normal up?
Oh, that's a lot of weight. She really came out of there.
Close. Whoa. Come on, baby. Hurry. Right over, right over. Okay. Hey.
Even a nose is good.
Gonna wait.
Control.
Now, nose is good, she says, but would you not want to roll this away a little bit? Or if you're going to roll it right behind cover, because then that possibly leaves a double.
Well, nose hitting means you have control of the 8-foot because your rocks are blocking the path for the opponent and your guard's out in front. So a nose hit's good. You actually don't want to roll away too much or you might let them play a come around.
Whoa. Come on, get over. Good rock. That a girl.
And that's what she does, right on the beak.
This is almost like regular curling rules we're watching where they're playing hits in the house.
So did I.
Kelley Law needs 2 if she wants to try and get a skin this end. And it's not setting up for her at the moment.
Clean.
Julie Skinner. And if you are Kelley Law, you can't just ignore it. There are certain things you would probably like to do, Linda, to get the game back the way you want to play it. But with Jennifer's playing in the rings, you can't ignore her stone.
Well, you can to some extent. It's sort of interesting because sometimes you'll find, see, Kelley in this case, I think, is changing her play a little bit from what she might play because, as you said, Jennifer is pulling the play into the rings. Sometimes it's the opposite where you find yourself going all out to play guards when you might not play that because the opponent does. So you have to keep checking what the opponent's pulling you into as far as style of play.
Do you like that?
Well, that would be a good shot as long as we
even here.
Yeah, as long as we stick around anyway.
Okay, she's talked big time about staying on the offense by coming down here like this and just tapping this one here, back here, and leaving her stone. She talked a little bit about maybe, coming around with this turn. And now you can see what she's decided to do is to hit this rock here, removing it from the rings and trying to roll it over.
We just set up, if she got an easy double, we'd only go fight the 8. True.
Hit and roll's fine.
Hit and roll's fine.
We just want to roll it so it's a quarter behind, Lynn.
Okay. Kind of weighty.
Up control. I think they should move. Okay. Yeah.
Kelley thinking ahead. Still looking to try and score this skin.
Yeah. Whoa.
Well, Jennifer wants to get the roll, a little bit of a roll, so she can take away the in-turn draw to the 4-foot.
Got lots. Got normal.
Looks like it's going to curl. Not curl quite enough.
Kick it over. Okay.
Continues
Not
to lie
bad.
2.
Not great.
Yeah.
Sorry. Too much weighting.
Just a little. That's fine.
Now, is this a little bit of an out for Law?
Now, she wanted to leave the stone where it was. It was in this area here and kind of roll over into this area to prevent what's going to happen now. I'll just clear that for a moment. You're going to give Kelley Law the chance with her first one now to come down this area here.
What do you think down here?
And sit right here behind this guard.
4.5.
Okay, guys.
Kelley will need to draw all that experience into this shot because remember the last draw she threw last end was very light. She needs to regroup,
Line's
refocus
great.
on the weight.
Line's great.
Line's good, guys.
Close for line. Got back four.
This belongs
Lots of line.
to Georgina and Diane.
I think it's a little heavy because they've backed off and are calling out back 4 weight.
Line's good.
Well by that center guard. And where is it? Back 4.
That's the kind of shot, Linda, you kind of have to throw to your brushers, and that was thrown there by itself. So they couldn't, you want those to start breaking for you, and then you sweep and a brush and hold them up.
I don't even know which one.
When your brushers don't take it at the end, that's what happens. You don't get the finish, you don't get the rock buried, and so it's open for Jennifer.
Bumper. Yeah, we'll try to get the inside if we can. Just bumper. I just got to make sure we're by. Like,
yeah, for sure. We had normal on that last one.
Not too much.
This is her forte. So far today, she's drawn very, very well as well, but she usually plays these shots consistently, accurately.
That's bumper.
Final stone for Jennifer Jones.
No, off.
No line. Where's Karen?
Off.
No line.
Clean it.
No line.
Clean.
Yeah, there's still no line.
Clean it. Yeah.
Away. That's good.
Whoa.
That's good.
Roll it away, Dame. No, it's okay.
No. Okay, Jen.
Hi, girl. Way too much ice. I didn't throw it that bad.
Hey, there's the short man with his pink cowboy boots, Shorty Jenkins. Those cowboy boots were a gift from our friend and his friend Kay Sugihara. Had those made in Houston for him. So they went in to order the boots, and of course this is in Texas, eh?
I want
the
pink
guy
boots.
says, the guy says, what color?
Yes.
Pink? Did you say pink, boy? I think you better move on.
We have real men in Canada. So piece of the forefoot to force a carry over here. Kelley Law.
Yep.
Right away out of her hand. Remember
Line's
now
good.
with her last one, as Linda pointed out, final stone in 5, she was light.
Line's good. Okay, we're okay.
There's a little bit of doubt
good.
planted here.
We're there.
And now Nelson
4 foot.
Wheatcroft backing right off.
It's okay. Good, guys. 4.5 is good. 4.5 is good. It's there. Nice shot, Kelley. Good shot. You know, it's gonna die in this shit.
It will. Dies. Back 4. To force the carryover of $1,900
I get 4.5.
here
on
in
the second.
6.
That's fine.
So we'll play for $41.50 when we come back.
Good shot, Kelley.
Jennifer Jones will have the hammer. Dana Allerton, Diane Nelson are the leads. Lynn Follis Kurz and Georgina Wheatcroft throw second stones. The thirds are Karen Porritt and Julie Skinner. And from the St. Vital Curling Club in Winnipeg, skip Jennifer Jones. And from the Royal City Curling Club here in New Westminster, Kelley Law.
Bombardier. 80 years of heritage and innovation. A serious history with serious savings. Get a $500 rebate on 2000 and 2001 Ski-Doo snowmobiles, or $300 of parts, accessories, and clothing on 2002 sleds, including the special 80th anniversary edition. Ski-Doo, there's nothing like it.
The Scott Tournament of Hearts presents new ways to stargaze.
Now this is your time.
Now's the time to check out our all-new All-Star Mini Packs, 3 unique ticket packages that give you the option of selecting the one that best suits your own schedule. For tickets, call Ticketmaster or visit us online and get set to shine with the stars at the Scott Tournament of Hearts next February in Brandon.
Where stars are born today.
You're not gonna regret buying this minivan. No, ma'am.
So you. It's practical, it's responsible,
It says you've accepted your middle age and are at peace with it. Congratulations. Oh, you've ruined it. I'll need to get your son another one.
You know what? We're gonna think about it.
Taste the one that's forever young. Diet Pepsi.
Altamira Investor Services. This is Lisa speaking. How may I help you?
Hi, Lisa. My name's Emily. I just got married, and we came into some money and are wondering how to invest it wisely.
Okay. In terms of fund selections, here at Altamira, we have funds that are conservative to funds that are highly aggressive. So you need to consider what your objective is. All of our representatives offer advice. We're all salary-based, so you can be sure that we are working in your interest. So as I was stating, we have Canadian funds.
Speak now or forever hold your peace.
The key shot of the sixth is brought to you by Husky, leaders in fuel, food, and convenience.
Well, Kelley didn't make her first attempt as far as burying the rock, but she was pretty close on the weight, so she knew she just had to repeat it, right?
You know, though, Linda, in both cases, interestingly enough, Georgie got on this one a little bit early, but interestingly enough, she threw both of them there by herself. And in the case of her first one, I mean, she really missed a golden opportunity because Jennifer Jones left the door open to come around that high guard, get to the top of the forefoot, and really force Jennifer to make a good saving shot, maybe an angle freeze. She didn't make the first one, and she had to make the second one. Yes, she made it, but she gave up a golden opportunity.
So we carry the money over, and we add to it. So we're playing for $4,150 here in this seventh. And Jennifer Jones, she has the hammer. She'll look to score two. And this is the Jones lead. Dana Allerton, after Diane Nelson put her first one in the free guard zone, just slightly off the center line. There's the blue stone.
You would say almost in a perfect spot, would you not? That's that area. That was an interesting stone thrown there by Dana. She had absolutely no turn or any handle on it. And so the rock reacted so differently. You know, obviously she may have been inside as well. I'm not suggesting that, but without that rotation, you'll get different action. And we know that, and we see that all the time, especially in arenas. And this is today with the lights and a huge crowd. The surface of this ice will start to change a little bit.
Light.
It's very warm out there.
It's been a beautiful early morning and early afternoon here in New West. Temperature just about 12 degrees Celsius, so just over the 50-degree Fahrenheit mark. Rain is in the forecast, though.
Well, it's always in the forecast.
Yeah, just whether it arrives or not.
Just leave it tight. Leave it tight. There's no line. Where are we?
It's top 8 anyway.
Okay, back here then. Back here. Back
First three rocks in front of the house, setting up probably better for the team trying to steal. That's Kelley Law.
That's fine, Dana. Hey, George.
Yep.
These player comparisons are brought to you by JVC.
What's interesting, more often we see no hits played by the leads. That is true for Dana, but Diane has played 4 of them already. And the percentages on those were not as good, and that means Dana has the advantage at the lead position.
Perfect. Lots of room.
Well, that's what you were saying then when we were in the break. You were saying you didn't think that Kelley was playing the game as closed as you expected her to, and that's a good indication. It shows you right there that Diane has thrown 4 hits, which is unusual. This is not moving.
Yep. Hard.
Hey, George. Good shot.
These are opportunities. We're not trying to be critical of these teams, but these are opportunities where that stone, they wanted that stone on the top of the 4-foot, middle of the 8-foot behind the guards, and it comes behind the tee line, and that's one of Linda's laws.
That's right. They don't get better when they're behind the tee line. You can't move them up. You need the setup shots to be in front of the tee line.
Weight's pretty good. It's really hanging.
Okay, I think it could be down to it.
Yeah, no,
down to it.
it's not even on it.
It's coming
Clean
down.
it, here it comes. Just clean.
Loosen
Just
its handle a bit.
Yeah, come on, come on. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, yeah.
Cool.
Like this?
Tap and roll, is that what you're thinking? Or just draw?
Just talking to Shorty Jenkins, and he just mentioned that
we could do this.
the ice temperature,
behind
the
the
ice surface temperature has changed.
Well,
It's
we'd
gone
be
in the
right on
colored
the center
areas.
line or
It's
just
gone up from
sort of
26. It's up to 26 and 6, 26 and an eighth, and 25 in the white colored areas. And ideal is about 24, Linda. When they started the game, it was about 24. So because of the crowd, the lights, and the warm conditions out there, it's gone up a little bit, and that will have a bearing on how the rocks react.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, what would we expect them to do then with the rising temperature of the ice?
Well, the pebble might start to flatten, and especially with the yellow band down the center being the higher temperature, the concern is as we go into the last few ends, you're making a key draw. Will it keep sliding in the house, or will it stop in a spot we call a flat spot where the pebble is flattened out?
And the big thing on that, we'll just wait till this is finished here. Looks like a good shot.
Georgina Wheatcroft. And right on top, a little roll over. Line one for sure. And it's close for 2, if not 2.
Those that have been with us throughout the years, you hear us talk so often about when we get into arenas and get the ice surface and the pebble, as Linda just mentioned, one of the key factors is rock rotation. You must have rock rotation. If not, your stone is almost at the mercy of the ice surface as it passes over those flat areas. Or flatter areas.
Whoa, sorry. Whoa. No.
Good.
No. Nothing. Got nothing.
It's coming down.
No, we got nothing.
It's coming way down.
Nothing.
It's coming now, eh? A little bit?
No.
I'll make it there's another way then.
Okay.
That's strong. Okay. Yeah. Get it?
You can just see a little bit of frost out here building up. You know, you can see the lights up here and the huge crowd. So that's what affects the ice surface as the warm air moves down over the top of the surface. Here's another one of those great opportunities, Linda, to get around the guard to the top of the forefoot.
I think. Close. Top 4.
Julie Skinner.
No line. Here comes. Wait there.
Clean. Yeah.
Remember now, it's Jones that has the hammer. She needs to score 2.
Wait's good.
Okay, room.
Whoa, wait's there. Whoa. Wait's there. Whoa, sit. Whoa, sit. Whoa.
They wanted to stop top 4.
Okay.
Well, this key matchup at the 3rd position is pretty close. Both players have been making some nice shots, but too close to tell as far as hitting percentages or draw percentages go.
Well, that was a that was an opportunity, as you mentioned, Linda. If that stone curls a little bit more, gets behind the guard, and stops on the top of the forefoot. What a golden opportunity!
Karen Porritt right out of her hand. Allerton and Kurz jumping on it, trying to save it, trying to get it by the guards up top. They do pick it out. They get 2. No, they'll jam, and they'll leave the lost stone right on the pin. Line 1, and Law still in position now to steal.
We'll take another look at it. But, you know, I don't know what she thought she could achieve out of this stone with this kind of weight. Because you weren't going to move that blue one off the button. I mean, I'm not sure what she really felt that she could do with that.
No, it looked like it was going to jam no matter what you did.
No matter what you did,
A lot less, guys. A lot less weight.
Okay. Hard then.
Tight.
Whoa, guys.
Now, where do they want this one? They've got their steel point in there. Where do they want this?
They want to protect the shot rock, but not quite so deep as last time. Top of the house somewhere.
They're by. Yep, they're taking it in. Top 12.
Now there is a good shot. There is a good shot.
Sleeping.
Shot, Julie.
Thanks.
That was snaking it.
Wasn't it? Going sideways. I'll take that.
What they didn't want to do is rub off a guard and roll open. Just got it by top of the 8
You want it
foot.
right in there, eh? Yes. This is gonna drag. That way?
Jennifer has no choice here but to try and get something off the front, and that's exactly what she's going to do. She's going to try and move these stones here, maybe catch some action on that one, because this house is a mess right now. That was a wonderful shot by Julie Skinner. She got it just by the front one. She had lots of rotations, so the rushers were able to hold it, Linda, get it by. It didn't go sideways on them like they will do when you don't have that, when you throw that flat handle.
Hard! Right up! Sorry, Jen. Hurry, right up!
She's just getting that in-turn for the left-hander going.
No roll.
Yeah, she.
Okay, good try.
That was gone right out of her hand. You heard her say, "I'm sorry, Jen." She threw it inside right out of her hand.
If you could put it actually right here, it wouldn't be bad.
Yeah, I know. I don't want to set up something stupid, though.
Yeah, but then it blocks that off.
Guard.
Yeah,
Right here.
I agree with Kelley.
Yeah.
Before the game started,
That'd be good.
all the skips threw the draw to the button. Kelley Law was right on the pin, but both skips struggling with that draw weight. Some great shots, but a little bit of inconsistent.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, you know, Julie talked for a moment coming in, and you heard Kelley say, "No, I don't want to, mess this up." And she's absolutely right. Everything is perfect out here, so she'll play a guard out in this area here and take away this double run back. Or the clearing shot.
Oh, good. Okay, a little bit less.
Okay.
Yeah, where we had it.
She's playing a guard out in front.
I mentioned when the end began, the first 3 stones of the end were out front. I said it might set up better for the team looking for the steal. Vic, back to my comment that with the rocks coming in, I didn't think Kelley in particular was setting up the end the way she wanted. This end has set up for her very nicely.
Line's good.
Halfway tight.
Kelley Law in her first.
Whoa, off. Line's
In
good.
position to steal the skin worth $4,150.
Line's fine.
If we chip them. Yep.
Whoa.
You don't want
Got
to be,
lost.
I don't think you want to be chipping anything.
Chip that one, it's not bad.
Just to it.
Yep. 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 That's a good shot. Nice shot.
Very nice shot.
Didn't move. Still got it. Nice shot.
Is that good?
That's good. Yeah, I was trying to get that corner first. It's not bad at all. Shouldn't try to smoke it and try to open it up again.
She really wanted to get that to curl a little bit more, Linda, I think, and just overlap the white one. Then I think Jennifer Jones really didn't have a shot. This is Jennifer's first stone.
Now, the overlap of the guards is something we haven't seen as much today. Also something we often see in skins play to prevent these kind of shots from being made.
Depending on how you hit this, the blue rope will go back onto blue, and hopefully what Jennifer's hoping is that it catches a little bit of the back one just behind the button. Give herself a chance with her next one.
Yep.
She can throw it as well. She can throw the weight.
Now, Hallerton and Kurz. Watch him go on the blue and by. Nearly had it.
Yeah. She was hoping to catch just a piece of that one on the button.
For that one, huh? I don't know how we missed that back one. Was it close? Huh? I'd like to see a replay. I thought we'd get the back one. No, I thought watch for the replay.
Well, we could show you a replay here.
There it is.
1, 2, 3, and just missed the back one. Those angles are tough.
I missed it. I missed it. I wanted to see. Oh, here it is. Oh.
But actually, if you go back and look at it very carefully, the guard that was thrown by Kelley took away a little bit of the angle she needed to get the perfect run back.
Then we have to guard it.
We're better off to do this. Come draw around there and you block it too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're better off to come around it, if anything.
Because then you're blocking it anyway, right? Or if you're short, that's fine too.
Right here.
She's got this run back, but I don't think that puppy's really
Because
going
they're line
anywhere.
second shot, right?
Yeah.
This one's,
But they can't get that one out, Julie, unless they run this straight back. Can they?
No, it's probably not going anywhere.
Kind of overlapping.
Okay.
Okay.
This is what they're talking about out here.
I like that. Or even short. If you're, yeah, short's good.
She's always going to have this run back here.
Okay.
So the decision is to come here.
This side. Does she? Does she have anything off this side?
Trying to get it into this area here. I'll just clear that for a moment.
But not for shot. She won't get shot out of it. Not. Oh, let's go.
Yep.
I don't think this shot is helping us at all.
I think Georgina's point is well taken.
me
If
too.
all Jennifer has is the run back, then guard the run back.
Right?
If this isn't really going to accomplish anything, if they feel she can't make the come around draw or can't use those front stones, then this really isn't that useful a shot.
Yep.
It's the white stone out in front on the side, just on the edge of the 4-foot line that Georgina is talking about. Let's block that, and then she doesn't have anything to run back because she can't make the draw, but they've decided to come in. What you wouldn't want to do is chip that front one, I'll tell you.
Kelly Law, her
Line's
final
a bit
stone
tight.
here in 7.
Where are you?
$4,150 is the skin.
Clean. Yes. Hurry for
Starting to go on him right now. Boy, Nelson and Wheatcroft are going to have to do a great job here. If they sneak this by, can they? They do. And right down on top.
Kelly, great shot. Good shot.
Boy, just seemed to take off on them.
Love that curl. Good shot. Shot.
Not really.
Boy, I'll tell you, she took a chance here, Linda, in my opinion, because if you touch that blue one, you open her right up, she has a hit for 2.
Good shot, Kelly. Great shot.
And she had a lot of weight, as you've mentioned, Ray. A lot of her draws have been thrown without brushing to the house.
Now, at the same time, she, by coming in, has created almost a little pocket in there. Does that benefit
How much can you see of this blue?
Jennifer
like
Jones
half?
at all? If she's going to play something back into it.
It might, Vic. The angle might be a little better into the pocket.
I agree with your comment, Vic.
We got to hit it right in the front.
She can hit. She's got a bigger area now. A bigger area now to shoot at in here. With this one here.
Goes over top, but yeah. Play for this.
So we want just off the nose, eh? There.
Boy, and if she hits it right,
I think that's right.
those 2 blues go, don't they? Can she score?
Yeah,
score 2 here?
if she hits the top blue one thin, coming across onto the other one, she could score the deuce.
Oh, wouldn't that be something?
Yeah.
Wouldn't it? It's thin. It's very thin.
It is.
Just off nose. Yeah.
She'd be happy just to get out of this without the steal and carry over. 4-1-5-0. A lot of bread out there. This is the young Aikens-McCauley Lawyers key shot right here.
That's normal. Whoa.
Final stone. 41.50 is the skin. Hallerton curves, trying to hold it. Now they back off. Got the angle right into the pocket. Oh, she killed her own. Now the stone spills too far, and it will be a steal for Kelly Law.
What a wonderful try by Jennifer Jones. A little bit of bad luck, Linda.
They had to brush it at first because they thought it was going to catch the break, and then it didn't. It seemed to straighten up.
We had it. Yeah.
Shoot. Sorry, Dan, I'm still listening to you.
Close,
Karen Porrent calling the line. Now watch.
Here it comes.
And unfortunately, she killed her own, and then the shooter spun too far. And so it's a steal for Kelly Law. Well, we've had 7 steals every dollar. These bunch of robbers are here.
And we've had
Hey everybody, welcome back to the TSN Newsroom. I'm Corey Warren. Sports Center coming your way at the bottom of the hour. We will have all the day's news and highlights, including yet another suspension for the NHL's Brian Marchment. He's been suspended 6 games after elbowing Carolina's Shane Willis in the head last night, forcing him to leave the game with a concussion. It's unclear when he'll be able to return. The NHL asked for an in-person hearing in which Marchment waived, allowing the suspension to come down quickly. After a hearing over the telephone, Marchman has been deemed a repeat offender by the National Hockey League. Also on SportsCenter at 6:30 Eastern Time. NHL news and previews, including the return of Mario Lemieux in action tonight in Tampa Bay. We'll have a complete roundup of the day's CIS playoff football games and, of course, a look ahead to tomorrow's CFL playoffs. It's all coming your way on SportsCenter at 6:30 Eastern Time. Right now, we'll get you back to more of the JVC TSN Skins game after this.
How the years, they fly by, fleeting glimpses, moments in our lives. Gotta hold on to them, catch them while you can. These are the moments, these are the moments. JVC holds the moments of our lives.
What are you doing?
Don't want to scratch the paint.
Smoother, roomier, more powerful. The all-new 2002 Explorer. Drive it. Love it. There are no boundaries.
Punch buggy.
Taste the one that's forever young. Diet Pepsi.
The JVC TSN Women's Skins game from New Westminster, BC is brought to you by Husky and Mohawk, leaders in fuel, food, and convenience.
Well, here was the house prior to Jennifer Jones' final shot, and you believe, Ray, she could have made it for the deuce.
Yeah, I think she could have. I mean, it's a long shot, but the hard luck here is that she hits this a little bit thinner. She's going to at least save the stone and get the carryover. But you'll see now as it comes into the rings, they get off it now. Right about here. Right there. She's got to hit this stone right there a little bit thinner so that it'll come across and catch this one here. This stone will go that way, and hopefully we save that one.
But she drives it back onto her own, and then the added bad luck is that the shooter spins too far, giving the steal and the money to Law. And so Law is up now by $2,300, or I guess $2,250 to be exact. And that's what we're playing here in the eighth. $2,250. All the money has come on steals.
But the interesting thing on that last shot, a fraction of an inch more curl, it could even go on to the other blue one in the house, sit there for shot. There was a couple of options.
That's right.
And it does point out the fact that Georgina mentioned that was her only shot.
Gotta go a bit.
And they left it for her, and she was that close to making it.
It's good. We're there. We're there. Yeah, I know. Sit, baby. Sit.
You don't want to bounce off this.
Control, wait.
Okay.
Up, control.
Okay.
It's been a wonderful curling game. Lots of terrific shots.
Whoa, just clean. Just clean. Whoa. Whoa, close, clean. Yep, whoa. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Roll it, Kara. Roll it. Roll it, roll it, roll it. Atta girl. Good rock.
Good go, Dana.
How much can you see?
Not quite all of it.
You throw here or here?
Well, this would be a first if we continue with
Whatever you like.
what we've seen so
Control's
far.
good. Control.
All the skins have been stolen so far here. Through 7. Playing for $2,250 here in 8.
You haven't calculated the percentage at this point?
Got control. Whoa. No, nothing.
I'm working on it.
Right off.
Georgina Wheatcroft.
Right off.
You're not curling too much.
Okay, George.
Right back.
Okay.
Well, they didn't get what they wanted out of that, but at least
Just
they did
8 foot, Lynn.
change
12
that
foot's good.
overlap of the stones on the front. And now Jennifer will try and play around the other side of the guard.
Now this is the shot in the end, Linda, that really can
Line's
put
tight.
Jennifer Jones in a good position if she can get this around the
Yeah,
guard,
line. No, you got room.
middle of the 8 foot,
Line's good. Yeah.
bite the top of the 4 foot, nothing deeper.
Hard. Wait, it's good. Hurry, right up. Hard for line. Come on, keep going, keep going. Right up, right up, right up, right up. Right
It's there, it's there, it's there, it's there.
Oh, stop. Sit.
Well, they had to, unfortunately, they just were a little in, she was maybe a little bit inside, so they had to brush it all the way because that was perfect weight.
And it's so tough to know if you should brush it to get it by that white one in the house, let it rub a little bit. They decided to get it by, but now Georgina can freeze on that rock and try and take the end away.
How's the weight?
We're there. Okay, well.
Back
room.
back 8. We got room.
Whoa! Off if you can, die off!
Whoa.
No line at all.
Whoa,
Here
close.
it comes.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
We're
Whoa, in front.
Make sure it's
Whoa.
just on it. Whoa! Whoa, sit.
Sit, George.
Sit.
Sit, sit, sit. Nice shot, George.
Right on top. Shot stone, too. In 2 weeks, the McCain TSN Skins game from the Barrie Curling Club. Greg McCauley, the defending champion. Randy Furby, the Labatt Brier champion. And Kevin Martin, who won the McCain Super Spiel West. The Eastern event, the Eastern qualifier, will be next weekend. And there are the dates. There is the number for tickets, the Barrie Curling Club.
Oh, yeah, for line.
More weight.
More weight. Whoa, then. Whoa. Whoa. No.
It's like back 8 weight. No way. Yeah.
Just too much weight.
Okay.
Yeah. Or right on top's not bad if we go around the way it curls, but guard. Yeah, that's okay.
Yeah, I don't mind coming in again.
Okay.
I mean, this is fine,
Okay,
right?
yeah, let's go.
Or guard.
Yeah.
Or here.
Yep.
Well, one thing you know, there's enough white rocks in there that if Jennifer Jones can get rid of that blue, she's got an easy chance to score the 2. So that's the concern for Julie and Kelley as they're trying to set up a way of protecting that shot rock.
She's got a lot of weight here, I'll tell you.
Ours. I don't know if we got that much.
Are you sure?
It's going sideways. Good.
Whoa!
Whoa.
Whoa! Right off.
Stay with it.
Whoa!
Sit. Honk it over there. Sit. Sit. Oh, we'll take that.
Nice
You
shot.
sure will. Earlier we showed you the women's teams at the Canadian Curling Trials. Boy, we've got, and the interesting thing is too that, you know, McCauley, Furby, the Nokia Brier champion, Kevin Martin, they'll all be at the Skins game, and you have to think that Howard, Madaw, John Morris will enter the Eastern Bonspiel Ray and Florenceville, of course, in Grand Falls, New Brunswick.
Well, it's a great field, Vic. There's no question. You know, Burtnick, Stoughton, Kevin Parks had a good season.
John Morris, maybe the one person that people don't know
Just
about
back
is the two-time
Okay, line, guys. Yep.
Canadian Junior World Junior Champion. He may be the sleeper in that whole field.
Well, he's a strong young team for sure.
Right to it, right to it. Hurry, hurry, hurry.
Getting better and better every year.
Hurry, right up. Okay, whoa. Whoa. Not a girl.
Nice shot.
That's about as good as she could do, Linda.
Yeah. My white one's set up in a place where it can be moved up, and so that's what Julie will try to do, is guard that white rock in the top of the 4 foot. Can't be too tight or the double tap is possible.
Yep.
Line's good.
Tight. Yep.
Line's good.
Looks tight.
Tight.
Line's good.
Line's tight.
Where are we going here? We're tight.
Tight, Bo.
Whoa.
Well, it's over curling.
We'll do it. Whoa, 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 whoa. Why are we sweeping it?
Okay. Okay.
Shot.
A little spill will cover it.
Too much weight, man. You guys are saying tight and then you swept it all the way. It's just a little hot. I don't get it.
Just off on the high sides. Really good.
Okay.
Okay, normal weight.
It's a little on the high side, eh?
The guard is too close, as I mentioned. That allows the blue to be moved onto the white, onto shot rock.
Yep. Hard. Hurry. Right up. Hard. Hurry. Come on, lean on.
Karen
Hurry,
pour
hurry,
it.
right up. Hard.
Good brush, run it back.
Great shot.
And that's the way to turn around and end. Oh, it's terrific. Suddenly you're lying
Nice shot.
one and
This is
two.
good we
You've
could
got
do.
the money in your pocket
Wasn't
if you can
looking
keep
very
it this
good
way.
Good job.
It is the best you could do with that shot.
Good throw. Threw it nice.
Yeah.
But Lily must have just slid tight on her. She must have straightened and then just couldn't bring up the weight at all. It just runs there.
She had more weight than before. She's going to throw back 12. Okay. That's good.
$20,750 is the total prize money available in this semifinal. So halfway is $10,375. That will determine our winner.
Back 12-foot weight. So we're going to try and hit this one here, come down, just get by the front one, hit this one here, this one here.
We don't want to come too
Onto this stone here. Trying to push this way. Back 12 weight.
Okay. Okay, Cal.
So with $2,250 at stake here, neither team can go over the top with the skin here. Kelley Law.
No line yet. Lots of weight here. No line. Close. No line. How much weight? Back line. Whoa. Here we come now. It's got a curl. Yep. Okay.
It's not bad.
So Jones continues to lie one. That would force the carryover.
The only thing is those two blue stones in there in a pretty good spot for Kelley Law. Got a couple of options. Where do you put the next one?
I guess we go here, eh? Or even higher.
But see, then she
just comes around this way.
She comes.
Oh, there's that, eh?
Yeah, it's a predicament.
If you hit it right in the
This would
crotch,
be
you go over
great.
top of it.
Oh, I know.
You know, like if you just touch that one.
I think that's our best shot.
Yeah, okay, do we need to touch this one first, eh?
No, this one.
Well, except that then it's gonna, oh yeah.
Just, oh no, we can't graze that.
It's gonna just jam it.
See, if we do this and our shooter rolls here, then she's...
$95,000 total prize money. Each of the semifinals. The final is doubled, and then of course the winner's bonus of $11,000. The draw to the button, that first $1,000 went to Kelley Law.
It's just jamming.
The team started with 70 minutes plus 3 one-minute timeouts.
Yeah, you had to hit that one first.
And they have called one, Jennifer
you have
Jones.
to like almost miss it. Yeah. That happens if you let them know.
Even if we clip this, I guess, well, then she just draws. I mean, we could guard. We should go here.
Then she's the guard. Perfect.
Okay, and then if she makes this, you got, what do you got?
Right.
What about coming here? Still got
Then
the
she's
same
still
shot.
got that. I got to play this.
Think so?
You don't?
Yeah. Even if you clip it, Jen, you're going in the back blue.
You can see Ally McBeal Monday night Eastern time on CTV as Cage expresses his feelings for Ally. Don't miss an all-new episode of Ally McBeal Monday at 9 on CTV. And if for no other reason, the great music of Vonda Shepard, Ally McBeal.
So we're trying to touch the center line one first.
This is kind of an interesting situation out here. They talked about which one to hit, and hitting this one here first.
I don't really like
kind of coming, hitting, just missing this here, getting in here, hitting this stone here this way.
Don't you?
Hopefully,
Just
and then moving that one that way.
Yeah, peel. I'll be throwing peel, eh?
Okay. You'll probably have to take this one, Lynn, because I won't be able to get past that guard with Kelley.
That's probably the way Ally would play it.
Yeah.
Well, this young lawyer might do the job just fine herself.
Yeah, she might.
There you go. You do.
I have to be honest and say that obviously I don't watch that show very often. But I'll start watching it now with all that feeling you had in your voice.
I do like it.
It's a good show.
No, it is a terrific show.
Whoa! Whoa! Whoa!
I'd say Vonda Shepard is great. Here we go.
No! Whoa,
Jennifer Jones and her first.
Uh-oh. Has to be thin.
Okay, that's okay. We're still shot.
You are still shot. And now can Kelley either close it off for good, or is there a possibility of a little double tap there to be shot?
No, you straightened it.
Oh, did I?
She wanted to hit the other stone first.
Yeah.
When they keep referring to you straightened it, they're talking about release. The way the rock was released made it run a little bit straighter.
Yeah.
So when you hit them, they don't. Freeze?
Yeah.
Okay. You need to be buttoned. Give it to us, though, right? Because this side's better.
Yeah. 4.5 here?
Yeah.
Okay.
A little comment about the draws that she played down earlier in the sixth then when she threw them there herself, Linda. You heard the brusher say, give it to us now.
Line's great.
Hey, you go.
Line's great.
8 foot.
Gotta
Hurry! Hurry for line!
Boy, they have rushed to Vancouver and back. Nelson, Wheatcroft, take it deep on the corner. That's your shot.
We had to see if we could get it by.
That applause should be for those two, Nelson and Wheatcroft.
No tap for two, eh?
It's just not the fact that they brush well, it's their judgment. This had to be such a fine judgment to get it not rolling off too far.
Well, that's right, Lynn. If it rolls, you can see as it makes contact here. They get it by both the stones, and now it makes contact. If it rolls even a half an inch further out in the open, Jennifer Jones has the hit for two, or the quiet tap back for two.
It's a good shot. She can still get. She can get hard, man. Yeah.
Well, I'll say it's hard to get shot rock out of that even.
Final stone, 2250 is the skin here in the eighth.
Well, off and off.
And somehow,
Off.
Jennifer Jones has to make contact, score one to carry it over.
She's that's hanging.
Outside, needs to move for outside. Move it far enough, no. And it will be one blue. That's one for Law. Another steal of 2250 here in eighth. Kelley Law can go over the top with another skin.
This Christmas, give someone a ticket to the stars.
Now this is your time to rise
Show them how much you care with a Scott Tournament of Hearts All-Star Mini Pack. 3 different ones to choose from, so you can select the one that's best for that special curling fan on your list. For tickets, call Ticketmaster or shop online. The Scott Tournament of Hearts in Brandon.
Where stars are born today.
Bombardier. 80 years of heritage and innovation. A serious history with serious savings. Get a $500 rebate on 2000 and 2001 Ski-Doo snowmobiles or $300 of parts, accessories, and clothing on 2002 sleds, including the special 80th anniversary edition. Ski-Doo, there's nothing like it.
Hi there. As usual, you caught us in the middle of a project.
And well, there's nothing new about that. There's everything new about the newest tools from Mastercraft. The Boa Constrictor Strap Wrench and the Baby Boa. They're like no other tools you've used.
The secret is the Boa's adjustable strap. It's virtually indestructible, and it resizes to practically any shape object. And the more force you use, the tighter it grips, giving you the power to budge things you never thought you could.
Like stubborn oil filters. They're no match for the Boa Constrictor. Same for rad caps and oil caps. Just about everything under the hood.
The Boa's great for getting a hold of all sorts of things, but as powerful as the Boa may be, it'll never harm delicate surfaces like chrome or wood.
And stubborn jars don't stand a chance either. From your tiniest jam to your biggest pickle.
Clever.
It sure is. It's a Boa Constrictor Strap Wrench, sold in sets or individually, starting at just $9.99.
All covered by the Mastercraft Lifetime Guarantee.
It's a new idea in tools, and available only at Canadian Tire.
Well, here's a great gift for the curler in your family, a subscription to the Canadian Curling News. There's the number to call and the email address of the editor-in-chief, Doug Maxwell. Well, this was a terrific shot. The last one for Kelley Law, as you said, it was all the things that had to be right about it.
It was fantastic. She let it go cleanly, handed it to the brushers, and Ray, look at them brush.
Yeah, they had to really brush hard to get this by, and right here it starts to move again, and it just, if it just bounces off this stone a little bit, what a difference. But just an absolute great shot by Kelley Law.
Diane Nelson and Georgina Wheatcroft. And as you said, Linda, the judgment of that brushing as she snuggled in, and that was just too much for Jennifer Jones to deal with. So once again, Jones with the hammer as we play for $2,700 here in the ninth. Law will look to steal it, and if she can, that would put her over the top and into the final. Diane Nelson, who has controlled the free guard zone, as one of her teammates said to her, you have that free guard zone in your pocket. She put another one out there with her first one.
And I think if you analyze the Law team, the one person that really has just been getting better and better and better and better year after year is Diane Nelson, in my opinion. I mean, and I'm not trying to suggest that she wasn't a good curler before, but it just seems to me that year after year she just gets better and better.
I think it's clear. Within BC, she was well known as a very good player, but you don't win a world championship without the best lead. And Diane has become one of the best in the world.
And of course, you know I've always said that.
Yeah, but she's worked at it too, hasn't she? I mean, she's gone to the camps. She works
Whoa, you gotta wait for it, guys.
physically.
You gotta wait for it.
The whole team has made a tremendous commitment to the game over the last few years, and with families and jobs, that's not easy. And they are really committed to being the best.
Whoa, curl. Sweep it over, Karen. Curl. Tough one, Dana.
Still lots of time for Jennifer Jones.
Momentum shift, though, here from early in the game. Ray, wouldn't you agree? I mean,
yeah,
Jennifer's play seems to be a little bit maybe more tentative now. She's not getting the rolls like she was earlier.
Well, she's had her, you know, she got herself in a tough position when she's trying to play an angle raise to the forefoot. And I think that going back to what Linda had mentioned earlier, I agree that Kelley kind of got more aggressive and started to play the game a little bit more aggressively, the way we thought that she might right from the very beginning. But
find the hole, and they do. Trying to drag it right back now. Take it all the way back.
And they're just getting these stones at so many good spots.
Wow, look at the way this is buried.
We saw Georgia's numbers, and they weren't great, but she just need a couple of big shots like that from your second, and you don't really care about the overall percentage.
Way
Hurry,
too.
right up. Go, whoa, wait for it. Close. Gotta be on the button.
Weight's really good.
Gotta be on the button.
Is it by?
Yes, we're good. Whoa, just point of frozen, no bump. No bump. No bump. Yep. Come on. Let it go.
Very nice.
Great shot by Lynn.
She's had a
Both
good
teams
game, too.
trading shots now here in this. What is a desperation end for Jennifer Jones. She needs the money or at least a carryover.
You know, Victor, if you take a look at the situation, you can see how important that shot is. You missed that particular shot, this end is gone.
Here? Yeah. Part around, yeah.
Yep.
Hey, George. It's a lot more ice.
Goal line.
90. No line. We're tight. No line.
Okay. Well.
Ah!
Okay.
Whoa. Here it comes. Whoa. You got lots. No.
No, it's coming down. It's coming down.
Whoa.
Here we come now.
Oh, just
That's perfect.
a little rub.
Just feather it, eh?
Straighten it out, and it sits now filling the hole. Reminder, we're back with you at 8 Eastern Time, 5 Pacific. Semifinal. This is the Canadian and world champion Colleen Jones out of Halifax against the leading money winner last year, and she's leading it again this year, Sherry Madaw. 8 Eastern, 5 Pacific.
Just these two.
Have we established who shot there, Lou?
I believe it is the Law Stone, the Blue Rock.
The Blue Rock, all right. When your eyes have been going, you told me.
They have been. Any day now. I won't be able to tell.
Hard. Okay, Lynn. Good try.
Yep. Give it to us.
There was just that comment. Did you hear that? It refers back to something you said earlier, or Ray did,
It's okay.
about
Right here.
Georgina Wheatcroft saying
Right
that you
here,
would
guys.
give it to us. Don't put it there by yourself.
Watch the
We'll
angle
brush
here,
it there.
'cause we got
That's right. It was Ray's comment earlier about the fact that
Needs to
Kelley
curl.
had not been doing that. You saw Julie's numbers. She really has played well in this game.
Keep the angle. That's okay. Good shot.
Good.
Yeah, there you go, Julie. Nice shot.
That's good.
Nose.
The other thing here, Ray, I suspect, is the fact that they're staggered too. The
Actually, a little on
runbacks
the center
now,
line
whatever
side is
color they
ideal.
are, aren't
He'll
very
wait.
easy.
Yeah, Jennifer's got to get them open, got to open it up, Victor. There's no question.
Whoa.
Heel.
No, off.
Oh.
It's not curling at all.
Not with that weight, they won't.
Okay.
Too bad.
Too bad, Kara.
Hey.
Long guard.
Take your time.
Yep.
Why is it? I mean, this goes right back, Linda, to what we talked about, or you and Ray talked about off the top, is adjusting weight for ice. Why are they having such difficulty making that now when we're in the 9th?
Well, they've actually struggled with that all game. Now, if you can throw it hard enough, you can take the curl out of the equation. You put the broom where you want to hit the rock and really fire it. They're not firing it that hard, so they take a little bit of ice, and then it all depends on release. A little wide, it won't come up. A little narrow, and it'll curl too much. Very release sensitive.
Try to get the back one, too. Peel.
Unfortunately for Jennifer and her team, they have to make double peels. Single peels by Karen just aren't enough at the moment.
Yeah. Whoa. Close.
Whoa. Come on. Just a little. Come on.
Curling it all.
And not listening that time either.
Hey. Back, Karen. Yep. We're out there a
Skip
bit.
stones in the ninth. It's worth $2,700.
Mine's getting better.
And for Kelley
How
Law,
much?
steal
Okay,
her
let it
would
curl then.
steal
Tight.
here would put her
Just stay
into
with
the
it.
final.
Keep it clean. Just keep it clean. Keep it clean. Keep it, line's great. Line's great. Keep it clean. That's good, guys. Nice shot, Kel. Nice shot, Nice shot. Oh, I'm sure I can tell from the back here, Kel.
I don't think it really matters. Just double peel again, eh?
If you hit this one, yeah, and then, yeah.
Gotta get rid of all of those. So the same turn you threw, I guess.
Well, Linda suggests it's the blue, and I'm certainly not going to go against that.
Yeah, I think it's blue too.
I'd love to be able to say white just because you said blue.
Double peel.
And then be right, of course.
Of course.
Double peel. Yeah.
Of course, the white stone tapped the blue one back, and a little bit more weight, they would have been shot rock. Still trying to open it up.
Jennifer Jones in her first, which is difficult, isn't it, to do? Because now, as Jones, you're saying, I want to play shots that will mean me some money. Let me make something here, but this is just trying to survive.
On that shot, that's where Kevin Martins and Don Walchucks and all of those players that can throw the huge weight. On those kind of shots, then you got to take, because we know when you up your weight in this ice surface, they run so straight. You put the brush almost where you want to hit, and that you kind of, instead of the edge of the stone, Jennifer had to take almost the center of the stone on that shot and throw that same up weight. She throws the weight very well, but we're right behind that sheet, and she did not throw that wide, in my opinion. It just ran straight down, and she hit where she had the brush.
That's right. A similar guard by Kelley will make a steal very possible.
Just keep it clean.
Lots of distance between the guards. No direct double run backs.
Keep it clean. Just keep it clean. It's fine. Yep. Yep. Okay. That's good, guys. Nice shot, Kel.
That's great weight control, and as Linda suggests, you got some separation between the stones. Unfortunately, there's no white stone to angle over.
There's a double tap onto the white one just to move it up a few inches, but look at the tough shot that would be.
Let me ask you something here. Do you have to, they're going to take a timeout. When you look at this,
Like
when you look at it from overhead,
and just
right now,
bump for the
that
one.
looks to be really, really close.
No, well, the only
Do you fool with
shot we
it,
have
trying to remove the white one, or just
hit those two out
leave things be and leave it up to the measurement here?
I think it's blue, and I think white
I'm saying
has
bump,
to move
bump,
theirs up a
just
little
tap
bit.
this. I don't know who shot.
See, it's.
I'm still looking.
I mean, I don't know if you even risk it, Ray. You know what I'm suggesting here?
The thing is, we don't have a shot for two, no matter, like,
If you don't have a
unless we
shot,
decide
why
to go
fool
for
with
this
it?
shot.
Let the
That's
measurement determine your fate.
Then we're giving up.
But
I think you have
fate
to.
is your game, though.
Yes.
You'll lose the whole thing right now if you're not sure.
Well,
I think you got to
honest thing, I
make a
think it's
decision on who is shot rock. That's what you have to make.
I think the double bump. We only got to move it an inch.
Yeah,
or less.
we only got to move it. I think so. That's the only shot, Jen.
I like the carryover.
I just can't tap them. That would be brutal.
No.
so they believe that blue is shot too, then.
Nosing, pretty much. Double tap.
It's going to stay real straight, isn't it?
So Jones has used two of their
Oh, okay, sorry.
3 timeouts.
I'm just thinking it's not going to move much, but you're going to need to
bumper weight.
Oh no, not weight.
Pat.
Yeah, you don't want to bump ours too far.
No, I know.
Better off being a little light.
This stone
and,
here
taking a chance on the measure.
onto this stone.
You think that's still too much?
Think it's going to curl that much?
Maybe.
It's going to curl that much?
We'll give you a shade less because they are running straighter now.
You think that's too much ice still? The ice is getting so much straighter.
What kind of weight?
Back line.
Yeah. Just got a touch of the
So probably a 3.5, eh?
I'd say pretty close to that, yeah.
So the game on the line here for Jennifer Jones. She needs to force a carryover. A steal will give the game to Kelley Law and put her into the final.
Yeah, line's good. Hurry. Whoa, wait only. Let it work, yep.
She's got to move
Allard
2
and
stones.
Kurz now. It is white on to blue and then on to white. Trying to hold it for line now. Get the right angle. Play the double bump. Bump 1. Bump 2. Enough. Just a little more. Not enough. And now they'll take a look and they're going to have a measure. And you know what? She still may get it in the measure.
She had it lined up perfect. They just needed to have a little more weight.
The more because the rocks are...
So we'll measure for a carryover or a Kelley Law win.
They just aren't carrying, eh, when you hit them.
No, when you hit them, it gets soft, eh?
Well, that's what happens. We talked about that earlier, Vic, Linda, and the three of us, about the fact that the ice is, it's warmer, the temperature's gone, the ice surface has gone up a little bit, the pebble is flattened out, and you know, as we go through the season, you'll hear us talk about how alive the surface is, how alive the ice is. There's no question that they're talking about it, and they're absolutely correct. It's softer. She had to throw another 10 feet of weight, that's all.
Here we go now. Blue is Law. White is Jones.
I said your shot, but I never looked at it. I look at it now, it's pretty
For the win?
It is close, but...
Or a carryover?
I'll try and get a micrometer reading on the first one, the blue stone belonging to Kelley Law. Tighten it up and swing it over to see if the other one swings the dial further.
A $2,700 measure right here, and potentially a lot more. It's the blue stone.
It is blue, and it's a win for Kelley Law. Law will pick up the skin of $2,700. That puts them over the top, and they are into Sunday's final. But we're still playing for money, $3,450 when we come back.
Every year about the same time, same place, it's back with a blast. Another cold Canadian winter, another frozen gas line. This winter, fight back. Fill up at Husky and Mohawk with ethanol-blended high-performance gasoline with a built-in gas line antifreeze. The ethanol blend offers added performance and a reduction of harmful emissions. This winter, you'll win with Husky and Mohawk, Mother Nature's gas stations.
JVC. Excite your senses.
Over 1,000 NHL games at your fingertips with NHL Center Ice on Bell Express View. Up to 35 out-of-market NHL games per week. And a complete Saturday night lineup with the official digital provider of NHL Center Ice in Canada. And here's your chance to score a trip for two to Game 3 of the Stanley Cup Finals. Visit tsn.ca/contest to play. Just click on 3 face-off circles to reveal the Express View logo for your chance to win. Watch your face-off with NHL Center Ice on Bell Express View.
You're not gonna regret buying this minivan. No, ma'am.
So you. It's practical. It's responsible. It says you've accepted your middle age and are at peace with it. Congratulations. Oh, you've ruined it. I'll need to get you to sign another one.
You know what? We're gonna think about it.
Taste the one that's forever young. Diet Pepsi.
Just saw an angel. I think she just looked at me. Wish I could say hello.
What's so great about working for us? You
uniforms you can actually wear to work.
The JBC TSN Women's Skins Game from New Westminster, BC is brought to you by JBC. Excite your senses.
$12,250 means Kelley Law has enough money now to put herself into the final on Sunday. Now, as far as money's won in semifinals all time, Sherry Anderson in 1999 against Kim Gillard won the most at $16,750. You can see Kelley Law is now number 5 on the list.
Okay, Dad, let's go.
Still playing for $3,450.
And there's still lots of money out there. That's a big sum. You play a lot of bond spills to try and win that kind of money.
Yes.
And so this.
Wait there.
Okay, we got lots.
You talked about a momentum swing, Victor, and you were right. Linda and I were just talking in the break, and it kind of came when Kelley Law decided to play the game even a little more close than she was earlier and put more rocks in play, and then you add to that some terrific placement of the stones, and that's what this skins format is all about, Lou.
Yeah, the setup shots were made very well by Diane and George, and things got into better spots for the steals. Still, it has been all steals that we've been talking about in this game.
Yeah, so what does that say?
A lot of room.
Well, in this game, it says try and steal.
Yeah. Thank you for that in-depth analysis.
Yeah.
No, but I mean, does it mean anything in the style of game, or is it lacking shots lacking at some point in time? Or?
I thought early in the game that neither team, when they had the hammer, was setting up enough front stones. I thought they were bringing too much play into the house. And then in the second half of the game, Kelley's been putting the rocks out in front, but she's been in a position where she's been going for this steal and done it very successfully.
Got lots. Oh, God. Really? We're back. Okay, we'll take it back.
We're back?
It's coming down, Di.
Got tons of line. Yeah, sweep it. Whoa. Whoa.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Okay. Okay.
That's interesting because, Georgina has made some very key shots the last 3 or 4 ends, and now when you let up a little bit in your concentration, Linda, that rock was 20 feet, 15 feet too heavy for the shot she was calling.
Yeah, it's a good example of the game being out of reach, but there's still cash on the line, and you really want to focus on every shot.
Yeah, for line.
Just for line.
Line only. Hard for line. Whoa, then whoa.
Line only. Line only.
Tapping. Hey, whoa, then whoa. Whoa, whoa.
That's like back probably.
Whoa, whoa. That's a good shot, Lynn. Very nice. Not bad.
Okay.
Corey Warren is standing by to bring you up to date on all sports. Sports Center is coming right up here on TSN.
Yeah? Same weight, George. My last one didn't move much. She gave you less. Okay. Way less.
You can see the time clocks counting down behind the skips, but they do still have some timeouts left.
Yeah, Jennifer Jones just has 1. Kelley Law has her 3 1-minute timeouts filled.
Yeah. Hard. Hurry hard. Hard. Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah. Whoa, we're on the guard.
All over it.
It's good weight.
Okay.
I think that is one thing as a player that it's difficult to get used to, though. You know you need to put rocks in play, but the time is very tight. You have to play quickly, and until you're used to this format, you find yourself doing that, standing a little too long, thinking a little too long about one shot, and suddenly that time clock is just going right down.
Line's good.
Dane Follis Kurz saying she thought she might be a little hot.
Gotta move, Dane. Line's pretty good, but it's gotta work. No, let it work, let it work. Got lots of weight, eh?
Oh, it's not bad.
Get it over.
What about just a tip?
Yeah, we're gonna be
kiss,
good. We're gonna be
kiss,
good.
Whatever.
Yep.
Yeah, come on, Dana.
That's good.
Okay.
You can see how Vic, when the rocks make contact, how flat the surface is. There's just no action at all.
Yeah, no
Control?
jump, is there?
Yep. Can we just tap it? Can we just tap it? Why?
I like the nose.
Just guys. Just do we need good normal weight? Okay. Control. Control. Okay.
Whoa.
Ain't gonna move.
Whoa.
Clean.
Whoa.
Whoa.
Close.
Clean.
Yep.
Whoa.
Whoa.
Whoa. Oh, it's gotta move. Whoa. Oh.
Okay.
Sit.
Well, she wanted the nose hit, Linda, but
Gotta wait.
Julie Skinner has put on a great performance today. She's played very, very well. And when Julie goes well, this is it's a tough team to beat at the best of times, but when she gets it going, they become very difficult to beat.
Karen Port. Jennifer Jones has the hammer here in the 10th. We're $3,450.
Now that isn't the block ball.
No.
She didn't cross the tee line, so she can reset and throw again.
Didn't feel quite right, and that will distract you from making a good shot.
Same way that.
Yeah. No, you got room. Let it work. Just T line. Gotta be T. Well, if you can.
No line.
Line's decent, but it's got to curl.
Wait for the
No,
rub.
let it work, guys. Let it
There.
work. It's just getting
Play the rub if you can. No.
Okay, close. Yep. Hard. Right up. A little rub.
No rub.
Oh, yeah.
Boy, a little bit of a whip there. She would have landed right on the corner.
I thought we had the rub. Sorry.
No. I thought I had the rub.
Right on the nose?
They're pretty close to the rub. Oh, I just needed to just kiss it. Oh, yeah. Would have been perfect. Just kiss it. Control, guys.
A lot of rocks in the 4-foot area. Angle's not setting quite right for Jennifer Jones and her team.
Clean only.
Whoa.
Whoa. Backing up.
Whoa. Whoa off. Good shot.
You guys don't like throwing normal weight? You don't like throwing hits on this? They're wide open hits.
Once again, Law in position to steal the money here, $3,450.
We're over it.
Lying 3,
What are you
actually.
thinking? Here again? Just tap it, maybe?
Yeah, we got to get rid of move one of those out of the way, don't we?
Yeah, I don't mind. Just tapping it back here. Back 4.
Okay.
It's quite a bit less.
Yeah. 'Cause it's.
The change in the amount of curl could be Shorty Jenkins, the ice maker, trying to bring down the ice temperature a little bit. That often will straighten it up.
Nice.
Right there. Yeah,
Line's
too much, Jen.
Clean it. Close. Yep. Back 8. Yep. Whoa.
Hallerton and Kurz.
Hard. 3. Right up. Right up. That a girl. Good rock. It's a good spot.
Still leaves Law with the steal point. And of course, if we do get a carryover
Guard
here,
this
then
one.
we'll have a draw to
Guard
the
that.
button to see who wins the final money.
Because then she's got nothing there. Yep.
Let's try there.
Hey, Kel. It's good.
Playing the guard.
Timeout. Timeout. Oh, we already did? Okay.
So timeout has been called by Kelley Law's team. That's it.
Guard.
Her first.
Yes.
Right?
Yep. How's the ice look?
Are we going to get to center with that?
We'll be back with you in just over an hour's time for the second semifinal. Colleen Jones, Canadian world champion, against Sherry Madal, leading money winner last year on the JVC Women's Tour and again this year. She has the lead in money.
Yeah.
skip stones. Kelley Law with her first.
Line's great. We're tight. Line's great. We're tight.
Well, let it bend. Whoa, let it bend.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Just let it curl.
Needs to get in the fudge
Needs to
here.
curl.
Needs to curl.
Whoa.
Whoa. Tight. Just clean it.
Whoa.
Just
Line's
clean.
good, fine.
Line's
Everything's
great.
fine. Okay.
Line's great.
Nice shot,
Kelley. Great.
Trying to protect
Nice shot.
the one stone on the
Ring guards is great fun.
edge of the button, but she's lying 1-2 at least.
You know, it's just a guard, but if you go back in this game a couple ends, Kelley Law has thrown up some very, very nice guards and put the rocks in the position that Jennifer Jones had no opportunity but to try peels and run some stones off the front. And guards, the perfect guards are just not that easy. You have to have, obviously, the perfect weight to be out in front. You need the good judgment. And more importantly, Linda, you have to call the ice properly because you have to judge and estimate how much more it's going to curl with that little bit of less ice. And that's one thing Kelley Law does, and you and I have talked about this in detail. She does read ice very well. Now, she's played so often on ice like this that changes throughout the game with the surface getting a little warmer and softer, and so she does have the experience over Jennifer Jones in this kind of a situation. And I think it showed a little bit from ends 6 to 9.
I agree. And she's thrown those guards as far as weight goes perfectly. And this one, Jennifer's trying to move onto her own rock in the forefoot.
Okay, we'll roll it off then.
Nope.
Well, she's played a lot of angle type raises in this game and
It's just not working.
had a little bit of bad luck on a few of them, that's for sure. I've got a feeling, though, excuse me, Victor, I have a feeling that this is, you're going to see this game again. We're going to see this game again, this team again. They've got a great future ahead of them.
Well, who knows? We may see them at the Scott Tournament of Hearts in Brandon. But they've got a tough province, of course, to try and qualify out of. Manitoba.
And Connie's back. Back playing. And Karen Young, of course, last year's champion, is out there working on East St. Paul right now, so lots of good teams.
Another guard.
Line's good, guys.
Another guard trying to protect the steel that is set up right now.
Line's good.
Let it curl if you can.
Gotta curl.
Halfway tight. Let it curl if you can.
Gotta get to the center line.
Finish it at the end. Finish it at the end.
Gotta go.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Looks good. Clean it. Nice shot, Kel.
Perfect stone. Just before this shot, I have to...
Same thing, I guess. It's our only shot.
Let's use the weight on the outside with hit weight.
I just have to say happy birthday to my assistant at the office,
Same
Tracy
ice,
Riley, who
throw a bit
turns
more weight,
30 years old today. Happy birthday, Tracy.
Saves you a card, doesn't it?
It does.
Same thing.
Can't believe it. You're
Well, I have
using
to.
hundreds of $1,000s of production equipment to say a happy birthday, and you could have spent, what, $2 for a card and a stamp?
I bought her lunch.
Okay, good. Make this one.
Is there nothing else she could play here, Ray, when you look at this? Could she not maybe try a little bit of a, I don't know, an in off, a wiki whack off her whites here? I mean, this seems to be just very, very low percentage at best.
I don't think she has anything else over it.
Trying for the carryover, running the blue onto white onto blue.
Big brush, Shellerton, Kerrs, run it back, move it.
Yes.
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 Nice shot.
Wow. What a great shot by Jennifer Jones. And so we're going to draw to the button for the final skin of $3,450. Wow, look at this.
Good
Great
brushing.
brushing to hold the line. Now,
Make it.
make it, you bet. It comes off and sits at the back of the button for the shot.
Is that how it works?
Kelley Law already knows she's through to the final. But can she win the final skid?
What do we need, Kel? Yeah.
Dear Dad, yesterday I found my first pair of skates. Remember? The ones from Canadian Tire you gave me for Christmas. You started teaching me the very next day. I wasn't scared. I knew you'd never let me fall. This year I'm giving Lisa her first pair of skates from Canadian Tire. I just hope her first teacher will be as good as mine.
Great gifts come from Canadian Tire, but the greatest gift of all comes straight from the heart.
Your latte, sir? Would you like some more foam?
Oh, yeah, sure thing.
And cinnamon?
Yeah, that's
Chocolate? It's chocolatey.
all right. That's great. Thank you.
Thermal sleeve. More foam?
Sure.
It's always nice getting more than you expect. Just like it is with the 2002 Buick Century Special Edition. With a host of unexpected standard features, you'll be surprised at how much luxury you get for so little. Buick Century, a Consumer's Digest Best Buy for the past 4 years.
Did you know? Did you know? Did you know? Did you know that the birthplace of Confederation is Charlottetown? Attractions Canada invites you to Province House, where in 1864, representatives from 5 provinces negotiated the agreement that led to the creation of Canada in 1867. Did you know that a Canadian literary masterpiece caught the imagination of millions worldwide? Visit Green Gables, the delightful house that inspired the author of Anne of Green Gables. Attractions Canada vignettes brought to you by Via Rail Canada.
Over 1,000 NHL games at your fingertips with NHL Center Ice on Bell Express View. Up to 35 out-of-market NHL games per week. And a complete Saturday night lineup with the official digital provider of NHL Center Ice in Canada. And here's your chance to score a trip for 2 to Game 3 of the Stanley Cup Finals. Visit tsn.ca/contest to play. Just click on 3 face-off circles to reveal the Express View logo for your chance to win. Watch your face-off with NHL Center Ice on Bell Express View.
JVC. Excite your senses.
Cheddar, this historic city of cheese is about to become a cyber city. When I push this button, the Cheddar website will open the markets of the world to us. What's happened?
We've been hacked. A secure infrastructure? IBM can help.
A tugboat's work is never done. Always going up and down and up and down. And we're going to have a draw to the button for the final money. $34.50. The final skin. Great shot by Jennifer Jones to force the carryover. And so it will be Kelley Law going first.
Yeah, she'll throw first based on the fact, you just remember that she was a #1 seed because she was the closest to the button to win the $1,000. So she had the choice of throwing first or letting Jennifer throw, and she chose to throw first.
I think it would depend a little bit on your opponent, but definitely in this situation, the more experienced skip wants to put it on the button and say to the other team, you've got to beat this shot.
Has it flattened out a little bit? Not sliding quite as easily, it seems. Now everybody, Nelson, Wheatcroft, Skinner trying to drag it as far as they can.
I've thrown guards for the last 6
That's right.
That's right. Isn't that a great comment?
It is.
She's been throwing guards the last little while, and she's got that fixed in her mind.
Too many guards.
Can we take this off?
Oh.
Yeah, of course you can take that off.
I think I'm going to hit the house, but you never know, so.
They're going to measure it to see who is closest to the house if the next one is not made either.
I actually like a bit less ice. I don't want to get in the house, and I don't even have to get to the button.
I know,
So I'm thinking here.
So it was a good theory, but for Kelley, it was just not quite there.
It's too light.
It's an interesting comment by Kelley, though. You know, I've been throwing guards for the last 4 ends, and that's the weight I've got.
I think she just threw that really light.
And you know, that's what draw weight is, because you get it in the head, and once you get it, sometimes you fight to find it, and you go the whole game and never get it. But once you get it in your head, it's really, you know, you get that forefoot or the guard weight in this case in your head, then it's hard to, you know, to force it out.
Yeah, but does it do something now with Jennifer Jones's head, Linda?
Well, good comment she made going down. I think she just threw that light. So you toss that one right out and just concentrate on what you've been throwing. Now, unfortunately for Jennifer, she's been playing a ton of run back, so she hasn't had a lot of draws in the last little while.
So you're not suggesting this draw will hit the bumper?
No.
It's not light. I mean, it's not heavy.
Just has to hit the rings,
heavy.
anywhere in the rings.
Just clean.
Put it in the paint for $34.50 in the final skin. Put it in the paint. Just put it there. Little clean from Lynn Kurz. Oh, boy. Oh, come on. Sit down. Sit down. And there it is. Back 12 for $34.50. But it is Kelley Law who will advance, winning $12,250. We're back with you 8 Eastern for Jones Colleen against Sherry Madaw from the JVC TSN Women's Skins game here on TSN, Canada's sports leader.
Yeah, exactly. Kelley, how did you go right to the left?
This is Sports Center.
From Super Mario to Super Healer, as the Magnificent One may return sooner than expected.